All right, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Tina. Yeah, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. We had a review on Wednesday the 24th, and the Rollins Jones kids that went from 3 to 3:30, I guess. The reason I'm calling is one of the children lives in Port Huron. Would I necessarily have to drive all the way to Port Huron, or could I do a video conference?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mom.
First up, I have Mr. Harris.
Oh, wow, 580. I'm glad I called you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I'm here on Anthony Hawkins.
Hawkins, okay.
Yeah, I should be done. Yeah.
Calling case number 240-567-4701. The people of the state of Michigan versus Anthony Hawkins. The defendant has been charged with count 1, homicide, murder, second degree, habitual, third offense.
Harris, is for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Steve Lockbeeler for the people, P70668.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wyatt Harris, P54891 on behalf of Mr. Anthony Hawkins. I know he's in the Wayne County Jail. I would waive his presence for this hearing.
For the waive the defendant's presence, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor, I would like to set this for an exam.
Okay, the court will continue to plead not guilty and set this matter for preliminary examination. How is April 29th, 2015?
Mrs. Guy is the person who has children.
You said 10:15, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
That would work.
I'm sorry. Let's make it 10:45.
Okay.
That would work also.
Okay.
That works for the people.
April 29th at 10:45. Bond will be continued.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Muhammad.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What can I do for you?
I have a Keyshawn Pettis at 1:30 for an exam. I called on Thursday because I want to do a forensic center referral.
On Keyshawn Pettis. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We're ready on Pettis.
Call that one. Okay. Calling case number 240-563-4601. The people of the state of Michigan versus the defendants. Keyshawn Pettis. The defendant has been charged with count 1, criminal sexual conduct, first degree. Count 2, criminal sexual conduct, first degree. And count 3. The defendant also been charged with count 4, criminal sexual conduct, HIV and STD testing, count 5, criminal sexual conduct, first degree. And count 6, count 7, and count 8, count 9 are all criminal sexual conduct, first degree. Count 10 is child sexually abusive activity aggravated. Count 11 and count 12, 13 are all child sexually abused activity aggravated. Set for exam today.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Melissa Palp on behalf of the people, P74121.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nijad Mihan appearing on behalf of Mr. Keyshawn Pettis, P59371. Your Honor, Mr. Pettis is at the Wayne County Jail. If he's not on, I would respectfully request from the court to waive his presence. I've already had a discussion regarding the referrals with him.
The court will waive the defendant's presence. What's your pleasure?
Your Honor, I am respectfully requesting that the matter be referred to the forensic center for a competency to stand trial evaluation, criminal responsibility evaluation, and waiver of Miranda.
Okay, so they will do a competency evaluation, and I believe a competency to waive Miranda, but they won't do a criminal responsibility at this junction. So I will refer the defendant for a competency hearing on competence as well as competence to waive Miranda. We'll set a review date for July 22nd at 8:30.
Your Honor, I haven't done a competency in a very long time. Is there anything that you need from me?
I think if we're going to do a competency to waive Miranda, we may need the statement
Okay,
as well as the constitutional.
okay. And just email that to your clerk, Your Honor.
Yes, you can do that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. July 22nd at 8:30.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
There you are. What can I do for you, sir?
I have PCC for Gary Salyer, Salyer.
Okay, calling case number 24-0567-2601. People of the state of Michigan versus Gary Saller. The defendant has been charged with count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. Count 2, interfering with crime report. And count 3, domestic violence after probable cause.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drain for the people, P number 60249.
Good morning, Your Honor. Richard Banta, P39845 for the defendant Gary Salyer. I have not had any contact with them, so I asked that the court waive his presence this morning.
Court will waive the defendant's presence. What's the pleasure?
Set up for preliminary examination.
Okay, what's your plan in getting in touch with Mr. Sullivan?
If I have to get an investigator to find him, I'll get an investigator.
Court will continue the plea of not guilty and set this matter for preliminary examination on April 29th at 11:00 a.m.
What time was that, Your Honor?
11:00.
Thank you. That's good.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Pope.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good, sir. What can I do for you?
I have Dante Boyd. It's a competency review, and I received a report that my client is still deemed incompetent.
Okay, let me call the case.
Okay. Calling case number 23-0598-9701. The people of the state of Michigan versus the defendants. The defendant is Dante Boyd. The defendant has been charged with count 1, criminal sexual conduct, first degree during a felony. Count 2, unlawful imprisonment. Set for competency review today.
Appearances for the record, please. Do I have an APA here on board? Do you know who the APA is, Mr. Pope?
I have to apologize, Judge. I don't remember who it was.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find out.
All right, I'll come back to you. Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Woodyard.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you, sir?
Good, and yourself?
I'm fine. My computer's dragging a little bit. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. I'm here for Mr. Mosley.
Okay.
I don't know. I
have Chapman here. Are you retained on Mosley, sir?
Yes, I am.
I think you've been retained out. Mr.
Oh, that's
Chapman
fantastic. I was literally just notified at 8:04 this morning that I was appointed. So he's represented, everything's squared away?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Have a great day, Judge. Thank you.
All right, come on, Mr. Chapman.
Can you tell me who the attorney is who's been retained in?
Mr. Chapman.
Mr. Chapman. All right. Have an awesome day.
Thank you, you too.
All right, thanks, Mr. Chapman.
Everybody on?
Calling case number 240-567-1801, the people of the state of Michigan versus Lester Mosley. The defendant has been charged with count 1, assault with intent to murder, count 2, assault with a dangerous weapon, count 3 and 4, weapons felony firearm, set for probable cause today.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drain for the people, P number 60249.
Good morning, Your Honor. Claude Chapman, P69850 on behalf of Mr. Mosley.
All right, and what's your pleasure, counsel?
Your Honor, Mr. Mosley is in the Wayne County Jail. I have thought that he would be brought over, however.
Not have PCC.
Okay.
They usually Zoom in fact, they're here, but they don't have anyone in the chair right now.
I haven't been here in 5 years.
I know, it's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah. Given that he's not here, I would ask the court to waive his presence.
Court will waive the defendant's presence. What's the pleasure?
This matter was set for a preliminary exam the 29th at 8:30.
No, that's a fictitious date, but I can still do the 29th.
That would be fine with me.
The 29th, I'm gonna have to adjust the time though. How's 11:15?
11:15 would be fine.
Okay. April 29th at 11:15, bond will be continued.
Your Honor, if I could address Ron very quickly.
Okay.
Mr. Mosley is a lifelong resident of the city of Detroit. He has a remote charge of the CCW, I think several years ago. He has no pending or no previous acts that involve violence. He obviously is not quite risk. He's intending to address the charges. I would suggest that any concerns that the court might have about any activity, criminal activity on his part, could be addressed by giving him a GPS tether and home arrest while this matter is pending. I anticipate that it's going to be pending for some time, and I would think that it would be in the best interest of all parties if he were on a GPS tether. He would be no threat to the community. His activities would be monitored. I would suggest that that would address any concerns that might be had about his activities, and would ask the court to consider adding that and reducing the money bond. He does not have the money to put up a money bond, but GPS would address the court's concerns.
People.
Thank you, Your Honor. These are very, very serious charges, and for the safety of the community, what I am asking is that we either revisit the issue of bond next Monday at the exam, or at this time, if the court would order a DSU or pretrial services report so that we could all get more information and it'd be in a better position to address bond.
Sir, in the Wayne County Jail, what's your name? Sir, in the Wayne County Jail, what's your name?
Lester Mosley.
Okay, that's Mr. Mosley.
Yes.
Mr. Mosley, are you employed?
Oh, sir.
Where do you, so how old are you, sir?
30.
Who takes care of you?
Me.
How?
Shoveling snow, cutting grass.
It's not snowing.
I'm saying, like, the winter just passed.
Okay, I'm gonna refer to pretrial services for bond recommendation. We can take it again at the exam.
All right, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Bond will be continued at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sally.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. What can I do for you?
I have a preliminary exam, Mr. Tellis. He's got on the bench waiting. You're ready to proceed.
Tell us is up for a probable cause conference.
Oh, I had it as a preliminary exam. Okay.
You're ready.
Okay. Calling case number 240-564-9901, the people of the state of Michigan versus Mario Tellez. The defendant is being charged with count one, torture, count two, assault or assault and battery, and count three, domestic violence, and probable cause hearing today.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Dinah Lynch on behalf of the people, P 84589.
And this is on record, Alvin Salem, P23797, on behalf of Mr. Tellis, who's sitting, Your Honor, is not recording, sitting outside the courtroom. If you want me to bring him in, I can.
Yes, please.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Tellis, who stands to my left. Mr. Tellis, please identify yourself for the record. State your name.
Mario Dino Diaz.
All right. So what's your pleasure, Mr. Salem?
Your Honor, we're demanding a preliminary hearing this matter.
Court will continue to plead of not guilty and set this matter for preliminary examination. Hours April 29th at 11:30.
Your Honor, that works for the people, although it would be a little bit better if it could be a little bit later, maybe noon.
I'm gonna be in Oakland County in the morning, Judge. I should probably by noon.
Okay, April 29th at 12 o'clock.
Thank you
Your
very
Honor,
much.
Your Honor, the other thing I would like to ask is the people would need to have an interpreter there, Spanish speaking, for the victims.
Okay. And clerk, we need an interpreter. Does Mr. Tellis need an interpreter as well?
No, you're right.
Okay. One interpreter, Spanish interpreter. All right, will be continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, next up, I have Mr. Cohen.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've got the matter of Zachary Geen, or Gene, G-E-A-N.
Okay. Very much, Gene.
Okay. Calling case number 240-567-1301, the people of the state of Michigan versus the defendant, Zachary Geen. The defendant is being charged with count one, assault with intention to great bodily harm, less than murder or by strangulation. Count two, domestic violence, set the probable cause today.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drain from the People, P number 60249.
And good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Jonathan Cohen, P 86151. Appearing by Zoom on behalf of Mr. Zachary Geen. I'm requesting to waive his appearance for today's purposes. I'm still trying to get in contact with him.
Court will waive the defendant's presence. What's your pleasure?
I guess I'd ask the court if it's possible to set this matter for exam. And I am asking to go a little bit out farther than normal. I am anticipating being in trial starting Monday with Judge Wanda Evans at Frank Murphy. If the court might be able to do Friday the 3rd or the week of May 6th.
I'll do May 3rd. May 3rd at 10 o'clock.
Thank you very much. May 3. Okay.
Will be continued. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Ms. Michon. Good morning. What can I do for you?
I have two preliminary examinations, one on Mr. Tillerman and one on Ms. Emerson.
Oh, so you just here early.
Yes,
Okay.
better early than late.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Kirsten Kelly.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
I am here on the competency for Jonte Boyd.
Okay. Mr.
And I
Polk.
believe Mr. Polk, yes.
Mr. Polk.
Are you speaking to me, Judge?
Yes, sir. We're ready on board.
I'm ready.
Okay, we can call.
Okay. Calling case number 230-598-9701. The people of the state of Michigan versus the defendant, John Tate Boyd. The defendant is being charged with count 1, criminal sexual conduct first degree during a felony, and count 2, unlawful imprisonment. Separate probable cause hearing today.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Kirsten Kelly on behalf of the people, P83952.
May it please this honorable court, Larry Polk on behalf of John Tay Boyd. Judge, is Mr. Boyd present
No, sir.
from the Wayne County Jail?
No, the Wayne County Jail's not with me anymore. They left.
Okay, I did receive a copy of the report, and at this time, I'm willing to stipulate to his findings that my client is still deemed incompetent and in need of treatment. I would tell the court that he has not been transferred to the forensic center as of yet. And I know that my client wants me to address the issue of bond. I don't know if the court wants to do a DSU and have us come back to address that bond issue, but my client is urging me to have discussion with the court about his bond status.
Well, you can tell your client I said no. And I will make a finding that the defendant is not competent but restorable. And we'll set a review date for July 22nd at 8:30.
July 22 at 8:30. All right,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sure.
Kelly Davis.
Yes, I'm here.
What can I do for you?
I have a preliminary exam today with my lawyer name is Norman Dotson.
Why aren't you here?
Because the
That's in person.
paper I received said through Zoom.
No, you need to be here, Miss Davis.
Okay, okay, because the notice I got from 36 District said do not report to the court. All court hearings are through Zoom.
No, ma'am, the judge is telling you to be here at 9:15. Be on your way.
Okay, thank you.
Did she say her attorney name is Norman Dotson? Like Judge Norman Dotson?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen Norman Dotson since she retired. This ought to be interesting.
Yeah, Judge.
I'm sorry, here in this court. Oh, I got the wrong person. She was nice. She was nice. Okay. I was thinking about somebody else. Okay. I had to look her up.
Are you gonna be down for the drive?
Sorry?
You gonna be down for the drive?
Right in front of my television. Right. Best seat in the house. No lines for the bathroom.
They're
Enjoy the
charging so
concession
much
stand.
money. Parking. Across the street, it's like $100. Yeah. They is going tremendously now. Can they do that?
I gotta work Friday.
Sounds rather abusive to me.
Totally. So it's 80 on opening day. Skeleton, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Totally.
I don't understand how the city's letting them get away with that.
Yeah, no. Well, particularly since 35th, you guys are closed, but Third Circuit is open. Yeah. Yeah. So where are all those? Oh, no, Third Circuit's closed. They're all going over to Frankfurt. My best friend, she's the deputy there. They're closed.
Frank Murphy is.
But Frank Murphy's gonna be.
Frank Murphy is Third Circuit.
Is Third Circuit. Oh, okay. Well,
That's just criminal division.
Yeah. Right, well, K-Mac's gonna be closed. Oh. Frank Murphy.
You can't even get to K-Mac.
Can't even get to K-Mac, period. And all the other. Wait, it's all closed.
Good morning, Attorney Nelson.
Good morning. Do you want us to set it at?
Yeah, you're first up.
Yes. Sophia, that's what I'm trying.
We have witnesses on this case.
Yes, here.
Sorry?
I have another exam at 10.
I can't hear you.
I'm just hoping we can get started and turn around.
I am too. Okay, I'm there. Ready? Calling case 2456326, people of the state of Michigan versus Khalid Molana Nash, defendants charged in count 1, weapons, dangerous weapon using self-defense spray device. Count 2, domestic violence. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drain for the people, P number 60249.
Morning, Your Honor. Sophia Nelson, I'm Neighborhood Defender Service on behalf of Mr. Nash, P77960. Mr. Nash joins me in court today. Please state your name for the record.
There's a date, time set for preliminary examination. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
How many witnesses?
Just one.
Okay. Any preliminary matters before you call your witness?
No, Judge. I would note, Your Honor, that in this statement to the police, the complainant did say that he was going to provide the police with video and photographs. I'm not received any video or photographs. I'm not sure why I haven't received any video or photographs.
Did you ask the people if they have video or photograph?
I have sent multiple emails to the strain concerning this, yes.
I do not have any videos or photographs.
Okay.
I'm not saying that the defendant doesn't have them. I don't have them.
They won't be able to use them since they haven't been turned over to you. Let's call it.
Thank you. At this time, if you would call Mr. Antoine Green.
I have.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat. Witness box there. Voice up nice and loud and speak into that microphone to your left once you have the seat.
Okay.
You may begin when you're ready.
Thank you. Good morning. Please state your name once again for the record.
Antoine Green.
All right. Mr. Green, I'm going to be asking you some questions today. If you don't understand something or if you want me to repeat it, please let me know. All right?
Will do.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Green, I want to bring your attention back to the date of December 2nd of last year, 2023. Do you remember that date?
I do.
All right, and what were you doing on that date?
He's back here last, but back here in the back. And
Sir, just answer the question.
okay, what was your question again? I'm sorry. Ma'am.
Okay, what were you doing on the date of December 2nd of the year 2023?
I was at a bar, the juice bar on 7 Mile in the Evergreen area.
Okay, and were you there alone or with anyone else?
No, I was with my boyfriend,
Okay, what's your boyfriend's name?
Cardio.
Okay, and what did you actually go inside the juice bar?
No, not at that time. I never let it in.
Okay, so you drove there then?
Correct.
Okay, and were you driving your vehicle?
Yes, I was. I was driving a rental car actually.
A rental car, okay, and you're saying your boyfriend was with you?
Yes.
Okay, what happened at that?
I got to exit my vehicle, as I got ready to walk to the door, defendant colleague Nash, is sitting right there.
Okay, just hold on a second. You said colleague Nash who's sitting right there?
Yes.
I'm sorry, where did you point to?
He's sitting right here in the defendant's chair right there, white turtleneck, black suit jacket.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, please, at this record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant colleague Nash.
So noted.
Thank you. And how do you know colleague Nash?
We previously had a romantic interaction.
Okay, all right, so you said on this date, you got out of your vehicle and what happened involving Mr. Nash?
Words exchanged between us because of some damage that had been done to my vehicle. And the altercation ensued where I was attacked by Mr. Nash physically. I was struck about maybe 3 or 4 times. The defendant then got in his vehicle. I walked back towards my vehicle. As I was on the side of the street, Mr. Nash got out of his vehicle, reached out of his was hanging out of his vehicle, pulled up, took the can of bear mace and bear maced me in my face.
You said bear mace?
Yes, he used bear mace.
Okay, and then what happened after that?
Him and the individual they was with, Marquise Kimbrough, they sped off and fled the scene. At that point, I went to the gas station, tried to bring their aid to my eyes, was unsuccessful with that, so I went to the BMC. They flushed my eyes out, and from that point, I went home and tried to get the chemicals off of my body. which I was unsuccessful with.
Okay. I'm gonna back up a little bit and ask you some specific questions.
Okay.
All right, so you said that, at this juice bar, you said 7 Mile Never Green.
Correct.
Is that the city of Detroit you're from, right?
It is.
Okay. And, you said there was a confrontation with Mr. Nash, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so, was this a friendly encounter or hostile? How would you describe it?
It was hostile. It was hostile on both parts.
Okay, and that's because of a previous incident that happened, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was 2 incidents, one earlier that day, involving a firearm, family member, and then prior to that, earlier that week, he destroyed my vehicle.
Objection, relevance.
It's relevant.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
My
so.
apologies, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you. All right, so you said he struck you in the face, and he struck you 3 or 4 times, is that right? Where did he strike you?
In my face.
What did he strike you with?
It's this.
Okay, and, what part of your face?
It would have been this eye right here, my left side. So then I got hit, I think, twice on the left side, and maybe one over here on this side.
Okay, did he say anything while he was doing this?
I don't really recall, what was at that point. It was, it was a heat of the moment. And a lot of people yelling in the background and different things of that nature right there. So I can't recall exactly what he said at that particular moment as he was hitting me.
Okay, can I ask you, where did the assault take place? Like physically, where were you?
Physically, we were on 7 Mile, right, the juice bar sits right here, there's a parking lot, and then there's a building right next to it. We were in the middle of the street on the side right here, so, probably 50 feet from the entrance of the establishment.
Okay, so after he struck you 3 times in the face, then what happened?
He, proceeded to jump back in his vehicle, the vehicle that he was in, did a U-turn, went back down 7 Mile, heading west. Maybe less than a quarter mile. It turns around, came back.
Let me stop you right there.
I'm sorry.
Was he driving the vehicle?
No, Marquise was driving the vehicle.
Okay, and where was Mr. Nash seated in the vehicle?
He was in the passenger seat, sitting out of the window. So this is the car window. He was sitting outside of he was outside of the window, like like sitting outside the window, like the kids, people they're spinning around and do like the tricks on their vehicles or whatnot. He was outside the vehicle, like holding on. He was outside the vehicle.
Oh, okay, so how much of his body was outside the vehicle?
His both his arms, his upper torso of the vehicle.
Okay, and where were you at this? Did you see exactly what the car did, turning around and moving forward? Is that yet?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
What did you do at that time?
As he's driving past, I was at the rear of my vehicle, and he sped back up, and then I didn't know he was gonna mace me. And then he bear maced me, I was kind of faced with a bear mace.
Okay, so you were outside of your vehicle?
I was at the rear of my vehicle.
Okay, now you said are you saying bear as in B-E-A-R?
Yeah, there's a you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, they have like repellent for like animals, large animals, bear mace.
Yes.
So it's a large can of mace that's specified for a bear, not pepper spray, it's bear mace.
Okay, and how did you know that this was a can of bear mace?
Because everybody in the scene carries those. I've seen him bear mace people before. So I know that's what he carries in his vehicle, and the extensiveness of it. I've been pepper sprayed before, incidentally, you be out and there's crowd control and something happens. Pepper mace is different. Bear mace is different. It's looks like a mini fire extinguisher. The canister is extremely larger and it sprays differently. It doesn't regular mace sprays like in a stream like this. Bear mace is like it's like how do you explain it? it's like a fault, it goes like this, it spreads, it covers a large area when it comes outside, I'm sorry. It covers a large area.
Okay, and you said, so how far away was Mr. Nash from you when he sprayed the bear mace on you?
The vehicle probably about no more than 10 feet from me.
Okay, and you said the bear mace did make contact with you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and, did you know what happened with the vehicle that Mr. Nash was in after that?
They sped up immediately.
Okay.
They kept going. It never came to a complete stop as he was spraying the mace. He just pulled it up, sprayed it, and took off, and they fled. I think my eyes were blurry. I would have to ask the people who were witnesses that were out there which way he went. I know he went east on 7 Mile, and that was that's the last thing I seen was them crossing over Evergreen.
Okay, and you said after this, then you went to the gas station first?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and could you see at that time?
No.
Okay, did you, you said then you went to the DMC medical facility?
Correct.
Okay, were you treated there?
They tried to treat me, but with their mace, there's nothing, you can rinse your eyes out, but there's nothing that you really can do. You have to use, it's cold, it's kind of weird, with the officer, the EV officer that was there. It's only thing that really soothes it is cold air. It so happened to be cold at that night. So the cold air is what, subsided some of the feeling of it. And then I had rinsed it on my face. I rinsed it so it went down my whole body, so my whole body was contaminated with it. Versus putting your head down and then going like this, trying to do it. I poured it down this way, so it ran down completely on my whole body.
Okay. How did you feel when you did that?
Next in relevant.
Hello there to that.
Response?
You're out of job. Okay, I didn't know there were questions.
Cross examine.
You and Mr. Nash used to date, correct?
Yes.
And that relationship ended poorly.
No, it did not.
Right. Since the relationship ended, you both made multiple police reports against each other.
That is not correct.
Right. You haven't made multiple police reports against Mr. Nash?
You said your first question was you said we made multiple police reports. I've made multiple police reports.
Mr. Nash has also called the police on you.
No, he has not.
For threatening to shoot up his house.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm gonna object to that. That's not relevant to this.
She's been asking similar questions about prior
And you
acts.
objected, sustained.
Post a motive to lie, and,
Sustained the objection counsel.
okay. You've told Mr. Nash that you're going to get him locked up.
I told Mr. Nash that he is going to jail for what he has done, and he is. That's why I'm here in court today.
And you've been calling his job.
No, I have not called Mr. Nash. I don't know where Mr. Nash works.
And you've made false police reports against his brother.
No, they're not
Your Honor,
false.
I'm gonna object. This is not relevant to this.
Motive to fabricate, Your Honor.
You're gonna sustain the objection.
And the reason that you're upset with Mr. Nash is because he told your boyfriend that you're gonna be sleeping with Mr. Nash's new boyfriend.
That is not correct. There's no facts at all to this situation.
So your vendetta against Mr. Nash has nothing to do with the fact that he's exposed the fact that you were sleeping with his new boyfriend?
No, there's no vendetta against Mr. Nash.
Right. This incident occurred in an after-hours club,
It did.
and it was dark outside.
Correct.
Right. And this confrontation occurred outside in the street.
It did.
And it's your testimony earlier and right now that Mr. Nash instigated that confrontation.
He did, and there's proof.
Yeah. He approached you.
He did.
Okay. And how tall are you?
What does that do with it?
Just ask the question.
6'8", ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Nash is 5'9".
Correct.
So you're almost a foot taller than him.
I am.
You're much larger.
I am.
Okay. And Mr. Nash was in a black Chrysler.
Correct.
And you were wearing black pants and a white t-shirt.
No.
Oh, sorry. He was wearing black pants and a black t-shirt, correct?
I don't recall what Mr. Nash had on the neck to the shirt off. That's what I think I don't remember.
So you remember him taking his shirt off?
I do.
Okay, so it's your testimony today that Mr. Nash during the fight took his shirt off.
Before the fight, correct, he did.
And you were wearing blue pants
Blue jogging pants,
and a white t-shirt.
correct.
And after Mr. Nash attacked you as he was leaving, he sprayed you with something.
He sprayed with bear mace.
And it was dark, so did you see the canister?
I did. I just described it to the prosecutor.
You described it, he usually carries it, you didn't actually describe seeing it that night.
I did this. We could run the tape back. I did describe it as the mace. And if your client has,
So it's nighttime, but you managed to clearly discern in the street at night while my client was driving past that this was a specific canister of bear mace.
yes, ma'am. I did. I was able to decipher and determine exactly what I was assaulted with. Yes, I did.
And do you know the ingredients of the thing that he sprayed with?
No, why would I know the ingredients of bear mace?
And how many times, you said he struck you 3 times?
He did.
Okay. With what hand?
I'm assuming other than right, it's a video. It's video footage of it.
So it's interesting.
There's also Facebook posts of him gloating saying that he attacked me out of the 6th way. Did your client also tell you that?
And so,
So let's, you're not gonna sit up there and like I'm
please instruct the witness not to ask questions.
I'm sorry. She keeps trying to play me like I'm lying. I have no reason to lie.
She's just doing her job.
I get it, but I'm not lying.
Okay, so if you mentioned the videos, you told police that you were going to give them those videos, correct?
I did. They have them.
And so you did turn those videos over to
I
them?
did.
Videos and photos?
Videos, photos, and screenshots of his Facebook post admitting to his crime.
Okay, so, and you turned those over to a detective?
I did.
And was that detective's name?
Actually, I turned it over to the prosecutor when I spoke with Octavia Downs, which is my victim's rights, contact liaison. I actually have the email right here, if you'd like to see it. She has all the information. She has it. This is ready to go through this process right here, and then it'll be submitted when, if it's filed over, then the evidence will be put into. So I have it. The video, footage, everything.
So at this
I don't
time,
find anything funny, man. This is serious.
I would just like, the record to reflect that the defense has not received any of these things.
And that's fine. I don't have anything. If I have something, I turn it over. I have to get it from someone to turn it over. I don't have it.
We can discuss after the close of testimony why anything in the government's possession of the prosecution of discovery. But I'll continue with my question. And you testified earlier that you went to DMC to get treated.
I did.
But you talked to police the next day after this incident, correct?
Yes, I did.
And you reported to the police that you went to Sinai Grace?
Correct.
Okay, so DMC and Sinai Grace, those are different hospitals?
No, they're not. DMC, Sinai Grace is part of the DMC family, the DMC network.
Right. Which, what was the location of the hospital you went to?
You just said it's Sinai Grace, DMC Sinai Grace.
Okay, where? What street?
6 Mile and Schaefer.
Okay. And do you have medical records from that?
I do, and I have medical records from my optometrist that I went to. I have all that can be submitted to me.
Okay. And who all witnessed this incident?
My boyfriend, the same one that you just said that that colleague, the same one you just said that he said that that's the reason why we're.
What's the man's name?
His name was Cardio Johnson.
Who else?
There was multiple people that were outside that day.
Can you give me names?
I don't know. I know exactly who I was with, who did contribute to whatever situation that incurred with me.
Okay, so I want to talk about what exactly happened. The truth is that Mr. Nash was leaving the party in a black sedan when you approached that vehicle and started screaming at him, correct?
No, that's not what happened.
And in fact, you walked up to the vehicle while clapping and screamed, fight, 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 fight. Correct?
No, that's not what happened.
And then you said, bitch, get out of the car.
That's not what happened.
And then the car pulled over. Correct?
Are you have a question you asked me?
Yes.
No, he never got in his vehicle.
And-
His vehicle pulled out of the parking lot. His vehicle pulled out of the parking lot. He continued to walk around.
And so after you went up to the car and said, fight, bitch, get out of the car, fight. And Mr. Nash pulled over and got out of the car, you then approached Mr. Nash aggressively.
I did.
Okay. And like we talked about earlier, you're much bigger than Mr. Nash.
Okay.
And then you started swinging at him.
No, I never swung at Mr. Nash. I never touched, I never made contact with Mr. Nash. Mr. Nash made contact with me. And this video looks like I just told you.
So we're gonna get to that video because I have it.
Good.
And then you ripped Mr. Nash's shirt off.
No, that's not correct.
And you threw it in the street.
No, that's not correct.
And then Mr. Nash retreated from a fight that he was very much losing, that you started, back into that black Chrysler.
You lost the fight? Is that what you're saying? So
I'm asking you a question.
That's not what he did. That's not what happened.
Okay.
That's not what your client posted on Facebook and said.
And then he retreated to the car and it sped off as you hit it.
You said, I'm sorry, what was the last thing you said? As I hit the car?
Yes.
No, I never touched the vehicle.
Okay.
Never touched the vehicle.
Your Honor, how would you like me to share, to use the video to impeach? Would you like me to join the Zoom?
Yes.
Your Honor. Is there a way to take a 5-minute recess, or how do we do that? So, I mean, we can get back to that, I don't know, but I want to be able to conduct myself in the right manner right now, and I'm being antagonized and I'm getting upset, so I can take a moment. I don't want to mess this case up or disrespect your courtroom, but I'm being antagonized right now, and I'm just going to take a moment. I mean, if we can, that's fine. I have to sit here and deal with the situation right here, but I'm getting frustrated at this point. I really am.
Just relax. All you have to do is answer the question. Is that
All right, I'm now gonna play this video.
Are you moving for the admission of the video?
I would need to lay a foundation to admit it, to play it for engagement purposes, which is what I'm doing right now.
All right.
For sound, Your Honor, I'm muting myself.
It should be a share sound.
No.
Trying to start.
Give me your
This Khalid could blow that bitch. Go, go, no, no. No, fight, 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 no, get out, bitch, no, where you at, no, get out the car, bitch, fight, 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 let's fight, bitch, fight, 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 no, shut up, no, get out the car, bitch, no, no. That's right. Hey, it's a Khalid. Get in the car. That's right. It's a Khalid. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're building. We're building. Hey, that? That's it. Khalid, get in the car. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. That's it. That's it. Wait that. That's it. You good? You good? You good? You good? You good? You good? I put that on my kids. Y'all get
That was you in the.
Where's the rest of the video?
I asked the question, sir. That's you in the white
Yes,
t-shirt and the blue jogger, correct?
It is.
So you, in fact, you did approach Mr. Nash's car as he was leaving and screamed, fight, fight, fight.
You said it approached his vehicle?
Yes.
At that point I did, yes.
And you did say, bitch, get out of the car.
At that point I did.
And you did begin the fight.
I did.
Okay. And you did rip Mr. Nash's shirt off.
And the fight, it looked like I did.
Yeah, you threw it on the ground.
Okay.
So everything you testified to earlier is a lie.
No, it's not a lie. I didn't lie about it. I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that part of the fight right there.
Okay. So earlier when you said Mr. Nash.
So where's the video? Where's the video?
I asked the question, sir. I asked the question, you answer the questions. So earlier when you said that Mr. Nash started the fight, in fact, Mr. Nash was leaving and you approached his vehicle and you instigated the fight.
No, that video that you just showed right there, that's not the beginning of it. That's not the beginning of the altercation right there. That's not the beginning of the altercation right there.
Okay, so.
That's a short snippet. That's the part that they came outside when the individual that take that video. That's when you got it. Where's the initial contact when you came out of the bar? Since you have the whole video, where's the beginning of the video?
I have a video.
You have the video,
where
a
you
partial
approached-
video.
Where you approached Mr. Nash.
You have a partial video,
And you
ma'am.
demanded to fight, correct?
You have a partial video.
I need you to answer my question. On that video.
Yes, I asked him. Yes, sir. At that point, I did.
And you started a fight?
I didn't start the fight. Your client started the fight when he destroyed my vehicle and my property.
Okay, so, so you're
It's
talking
not
about a
funny,
separate,
no, it's not
separate
funny.
incident.
It's not funny.
Okay,
It's
so-
not funny at all.
So
It's not.
you attacked Mr. Nash because of a
He
prior
wasn't-
incident involving the
At
vehicle?
the end of the day, your client still used a legal substance to spray me after he left his vehicle. Your client did not leave the scene. If he felt in fear, like he just said on that video, I bop you. What else are you doing? So you're not gonna sit up here and act like your client is playing the victim. If your client is the victim, because he's not. He could have got in his vehicle and left. He chose not to. He turned back around and drove back up on me and sprayed me with bear mace, which is illegal in the state of Michigan. And that's facts. You can discredit me all you want to, but the fact is, he sprayed me with bear mace, it's illegal, and he could have left. That's facts.
Okay, so on the video, when you see Mr. Nash driving off, you're alleging that he then came back?
He did. Where's the video? Wait, you don't have that footage? Since you have so much footage.
I'm the one that's been told that you turned over all this video that hasn't been.
Where's the rest of the footage in? How did I get bear mace then? How did I get bear mace?
Sir, I don't believe you did get bear mace.
I know you don't have bear mace. You know, it's your like they understand it's your job to sit up here and discredit me. I know I got bear mace. Everybody in the club right there, and there's several witnesses that can attest to it, especially there's one sitting right outside right there in the lobby. There's text messages with his boyfriend that's sitting right here describing the bear mace. His status is made on Facebook by your client saying that he bear mates me.
I would love to see those.
You will see those. If this is final over, you will see those.
The reason you didn't give the video to the police is because it shows exactly what happened. Which is in
No, the video that I don't have any video of him bear macing. I never had a video of him bear macing. Nobody has the video of it, they're keeping it private. Nobody has the video of it. That's the only video, that video that you showed, that's the same video that's on social media right now, on Facebook.
Right, the video of you starting.
The video, no, the caption of his colleague, and I have a screenshot of his post, it's the same caption of him. I just beat this 6 foot tall, yada, yada, yada up.
I watched the video, did it look?
And I wanted, did your client submit his Facebook statuses in his post?
So, the video I just saw was a fight.
Would you like to see them? I can pull them up on my phone right now, off this page.
You've been posting about all of these court interactions with Mr. Nash.
Yeah, because Mr. Nash is not getting away. I'm gonna get justice for what happened to me. I'm allowing the court system to handle the situation.
In fact, you've been screenshotting Zoom court and posting on Facebook pictures of me and Mr. Nash.
And it's off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Off of YouTube. That's a public forum, right?
Well, it's illegal to court.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If I'm on Zoom, then it will be illegal. That's why I'm not allowed. I don't have a Zoom. I don't have a Zoom. I don't have a link to go on Zoom. But YouTube is a public forum. I can screenshot anything on YouTube.
So in fact, you've been taking screenshots of the Zoom recorded.
No, I say YouTube. That's YouTube and Zoom are different. YouTube and Zoom are different.
One at a time.
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this line of question.
That's not relevant.
It goes to his motive to fabricate and lie. The fact
Wrap
that,
this up, please.
okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Can you read?
Yes. All right, Mr. Green. We just watched this video and you just stated that that is a portion of what happened that night. Is that correct?
It is.
Okay. Do you know who took that video?
At this point, I believe it was a ball weekend as far as they have. If I'm not mistaken, it's somebody from out of town, from Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, that took that video. I'm not sure exactly. I have to go through text messages and conversations because I try to obtain the video myself on the athlete. But I can reach out to the person that owns the club and figure out exactly who took that video. But yes, I don't know who took it.
Okay, so you don't know who took it. Okay.
No.
And does that video capture the entire incident of what happened?
No, it does not. It doesn't cover. It doesn't cover the beginning of the interaction or the end.
Okay. And so you're saying it does not, that video does not show you being maced on your body with the bear mace, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
It
So.
doesn't show our interaction when he first came out of the club. It doesn't show any of that. It doesn't.
All right. So you said that when you were bear maced, your boyfriend was still around, is that right?
He was in the driver's seat of my vehicle. Correct.
Okay. And were you by the driver's side of your vehicle when you were outside of the vehicle, when you testified that you got bear maced?
No, I was actually on the passenger side because the building sits like, this is 7 Mile, the building sits right here, my car was right there. I was at the rear of my vehicle, because I was at the rear of my vehicle, maybe about 4 feet back and behind my vehicle when he turns around.
Okay, and so again, you said the car pulled off and then.
Yeah, the video, when you see in the video right there, that's him going forward, then they turned around, did a U-turn, came down the street, sped down 7 Mile. Then that's the gas station that sits right there, did another U-turn and came back. He did not leave the scene of that, he did not leave the scene. So that's fabric, it's fabric, I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right, what is your boyfriend's name?
Cardio Johnson.
Cardio Johnson.
Correct.
Thank you, I have no further questions.
Thank you, sir. You may step in.
Thank you. I'm trying to come to the court. This is foolishness.
Any other witnesses for the people?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, I would call Mr. Cardio Johnson.
Your Honor, there's been no evidence. The police reports don't make any mention of him, not on the preliminary witness list. There's been nothing turned over with respect to him. You know, we have a witness list that.
Would you like to? Ann Johnson. My name is Charisma.
Judge Tillman and Emerson to dismissal.
Okay, they can come on in.
What's he doing? Wait.
Dismissal.
Watch him. You got that?
Say Tillman and Emerson.
Correct.
Do I have another APA? Let's go to Mr. Sean cases.
Attorney Michonne's on the dismissal. She's out there talking to the other client.
Okay, good. Whenever she's ready, I am.
Johnson. Mr. Johnson. Yeah. Mr. Johnson.
Let me get you out of here, Ms. Michonne.
Thank you, and I apologize for the delay, Judge. Our office's policy is to make sure we have somebody who's the same mistake being taken. So.
Oh.
So that way there's no confusion as to what was said and how it was said.
Calling case 2456624, People of State of Michigan versus Ray Allen Tillman. This defendant is charged with count 1 domestic violence, third offense notice. Defendant has an official for the third offense notice. Clearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Green for the people, P number 60249.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please this most honorable court, Kim Michon, Neighborhood Defender Services, P59167. It is my understanding people are not ready to proceed on behalf of Ms. Tillman.
And that is correct, Your Honor. The complainant is not present. I cannot proceed without the testimony to.
We will move to dismiss.
So ordered. Court will dismiss this matter without prejudice. I trust you are preparing the.
I am, Judge.
And what's your name, sir?
Brent Tillman.
Okay, very good. Since we're on the road here, calling case 2456567, people of the state of Michigan versus Franklin Emerson. Then it's charged in count 1 weapons, firearms, discharge, entering a building. Count 2 carrying a concealed weapon. Count 3 assault with a dangerous weapon. Count 4 and 5 felony firearm. Count 6 domestic violence.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Green for the people, P number 60249.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Kim Michon, Neighborhood Defender Services, P59167. My pleasure to represent Ms. Emerson. It is my understanding people are not ready to proceed. We move to dismiss.
Correct, Your Honor. I do not have a complainant. I cannot vote for.
So ordered. Court will dismiss this matter without prejudice. You may be ready.
Franklin Emerson.
All right. Dismiss. Thank you. Okay, we're back on the record on People versus Khalid Nash. Ms. Nelson, you had an opportunity to interview the witness.
I have, Your Honor.
We're ready to proceed.
I am.
Call your witness.
As some of the people would call Mr. Johnson.
Before we do that, Your Honor, can I move to admit the video that was played as defensive of A?
I think you have to.
Admit it.
Thank you. Of this defense aid?
Yes.
Mr. Chan.
Yes. Oh, case numbers.
We don't read.
We call you. I will sit in the hallway.
Appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Are you having fun again?
I am. Barrels.
Sir, please give your name and spelling to the young ladies here, please. Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you, sir. Please have a seat with the spots right next to you. Your voice is nice and loud. Speak to that microphone that will be to you. Hey, again when you're ready.
Thank you. Please state your name once again for the record.
Cartier,
How do you spell that?
C-A-R-T-I-E-L.
T-I-E-L, R-T-L, Johnson. Mr. Johnson, I'm going to be asking you some questions today. If you don't understand something or if you want me to repeat it, please let me know, all right? Okay, thank you. So I want to bring your attention back to the date of December 2nd of last year, 2023. Do you remember that date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speak into the microphone for me, sir.
Yes.
All right. And did you go somewhere that you on that date?
To the juice bar.
To the juice bar. And where is that juice bar located?
What's up, Evergreen?
All right. All right. And did you go there? Is that the city of Detroit and the county of Wayne?
Yes.
Did you go there by yourself or with anyone else?
No, with my boyfriend, Antoine Green.
All right. And what is your boyfriend's name?
Antoine Green.
All right. And when you got there, well, first of all, were you driving or was it Mr. Green?
I was driving.
All right. And did you arrive there?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened when you arrived there?
Well, he got out, I was parking. And
when you said he, who were you referring
Antoine
to?
Green.
All right. Thank you.
Next thing I know, they're in the middle of the street right there.
And when you say they, who are you referring to?
Antoine Green and Mr. Nash.
Okay, and did you know Mr. Nash before that date?
No.
Okay, and do you see Mr. Nash in the courtroom here today?
Yes.
For identification purposes for the court, could you indicate where he is and what he's wearing today?
White turtleneck.
Thank you. Your Honor, please let the record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant, Kelly Nash.
So no.
Thank you. All right, so you indicated that you saw Mr. Green and Mr. Nash fighting, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and how long, what specifically did you see as well as you remember?
Mr. Nash, hit me at my and I caught the tail end of it because I wasn't really paying attention. So he was and that's why they separated. Mr. Nash got into the car and pulled off. And that's why I came back over towards the vehicle that we were in.
Okay, well, and so were you still in the vehicle this whole time?
Yes, I was in the car.
Okay, so you said then Antoine came back toward the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, what happened after that?
The car came back around and the evidence was sprayed.
Okay, so you said the car came back around. What car are you referring to?
Mr. Nash's vehicle.
Okay, and was Mr. Nash driving that vehicle?
No.
Okay, could you clearly see that vehicle?
Yes.
So, did you know who was driving the vehicle?
No.
Okay, could you see Mr. Nash?
Yes.
What was he doing?
Hanging out with the car and he sprayed the evidence.
Okay, you said he was hanging out of the car. What part of the car?
Hanging out the passenger window.
Okay, the front passenger window?
Yes.
Okay. And you said he sprayed bear mace?
Yes.
Okay, did you know what bear mace was that day?
Did I know what it was? Yes. Yes.
All right. And who or what did he spray, if anything?
He sprayed Mr. Green.
Okay. And could you clearly see that?
Yes.
Okay. And was the car continuously going or did it stop?
It came to a pre-bar mode.
Okay.
And then they pulled off. And as part of ran over to the car and I could smell the mace.
Okay. And what happened after that?
I went to the gas station to get some milk.
Why did you do that?
Because with regular mace, milk usually works.
Okay. What did you do after that?
Well, doused them in milk and went to the emergency room.
Okay. And was there any other interaction with Mr. Nash on that day?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Cross-examine.
So you witnessed the tail end of the fight, correct?
Correct.
And you watched Mr. Green walk back to your vehicle?
Yes.
And when Mr. Green walked back to your vehicle, his white t-shirt had been ripped off?
Yes.
So when he walked back from your vehicle after the fight, Mr. Green didn't have a shirt on?
No. Well, we had remnants of a shirt.
So his white t-shirt, that he was wearing a white t-shirt,
Yes.
and during the course of the fight, it got ripped off?
Yes.
Okay. And
That's Mr. Green.
that's his testimony, yes. So, Mr. Nash was wearing all black, correct?
I don't remember, but it was dark, so I'm gonna say it's dark.
And it was Mr. Green who was wearing a white t-shirt, correct?
Yes.
And during the course of the fight that you witnessed, Mr. Green's t-shirt got ripped off?
Yes.
Okay. So when Mr. Green was walking back to your vehicle and Mr. Nash's car was driving off, that's when his shirt was ripped?
His shirt was ripped, he got that too.
Okay.
So I'm not sure when it was actually ripped, I just know that it was ripped.
And the car that Mr. Nash was in, what was it? What kind of car?
It was 300.
A Chrysler 300? Black. And so when the car pulled back around, Mr. Green's shirt had already been ripped, correct?
Yes.
And we spoke in the hallway, correct?
Yes.
And you told me that Mr. Nash had reported to you that Mr. Green was sleeping with his new boyfriend.
That's not what I told you about. You asked me if I knew about it. Yeah, I did know.
So you did know that Mr. Green, your boyfriend, was sleeping with Mr. Nash's new boyfriend?
I knew that they were sleeping together, yes.
Okay. And you knew that leading up to this incident, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so, fair to say that emotions were high?
Not at all, because we were actually technically broken up at the moment.
So you, that night you weren't Mr. Green's boyfriend?
Technically, no.
And you told me in the hallway that you guys went straight to the emergency room?
Well, we went to get, I got some milk from the gas station and went to the emergency room.
And do you have any records of that?
You could check with the hospital. I probably got a receipt on my,
and you were in a rental car?
yes.
Who rented that car? And were you on a rental agreement?
No.
You were driving the car? Okay. No further questions?
Can you redirect?
Further.
Sir, you say that you saw Mr. Green get sprayed with this bear mace?
Yes.
Where was Mr. Green at when he got sprayed?
Standing behind the fire, talking to somebody. Who was that he was talking to? He was saying,
People are sitting in the driver's seat. So how did you see what was going on behind you? So you were looking in the mirror at the time that he got sprayed?
Yes.
During this altercation that Mr. Green had with Mr. Nash, would you say that Mr. Green was the aggressor?
He was loud. I wouldn't say that. I don't,
You didn't see Mr. Green trying to fight Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Or challenging him to a fight?
I didn't see the challenge.
So you and Mr. Green were there together, right?
Yes.
Even though you weren't in a relationship technically at the time?
Right.
You were together? And Mr. Green was having some kind of disagreement where he was very loud, right? And that didn't concern you enough to see the thing, what was going on with Mr. Green from the very beginning?
There's a fight. Two people.
You weren't concerned about Mr. Green fighting? He was with you, right? In fact, he was bringing the car that you were in.
Yes.
And you weren't at all concerned about Mr. Green fighting somebody? Why not?
Because he can fight. One was like, it was only one person.
He can fight. He's a pretty big guy too.
Right.
6'8".
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive man. Do you know what the fight was about?
I'm assuming.
I don't want you to assume. Do you know what it was about?
My car windows.
The fight was about your car windows?
That's what it is.
What about your car windows? Sorry?
The windows were busted.
Your car windows were busted?
What his car windows?
Who busted his car windows?
Mr. Nash.
Did you see him bust the car windows?
See it. No. So putting ones and twos together. I'm putting the situation together.
Any questions based on my questions?
All right, Mr. Johnson, you stated that you did not see the entire interaction between Mr. Johnson and Mr. Nash, is that right?
Mr. Green, Mr. Nash, correct.
I'm sorry. And what's the first thing that you recall seeing?
They was in the middle of the street.
And I could hear, Mr. Gray said that, Mr. Nash was swearing. And then they went their separate ways.
Okay, thank you.
No question.
Thank you, sir. You may still come. Any other witnesses for the people?
No other
Any witnesses for the defendant?
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would move to bind over this charge, for the following reason. I think we've had testimony that there was an incident that happened on December 3rd of last year, 2023, at a Juice Bar at Sun Mountain, Evergreen, Detroit. What is clear from both of the witnesses that testified, that after the incident that happened between Mr. Nash and Mr. Green, the vehicle then that Mr. Green was in, pulled off, turned around, came back to the area where Mr. Johnson and Mr. Green were, and Mr. Nash was hanging out of the window and sprayed Mr. Green with the bear mace. That is clear from both the testimonies. So whatever happened before happened. There was no reason for that car to turn around, come back to that area, and for Mr. Nash to then spray Mr. Green. That is the reason I'm asking for time.
I would object on several grounds, Your Honor. First and foremost, the statute is very specific, and I would point the court to MCL 715-224D, which is why I asked Mr. Green if he knew the ingredients of the spray, because an element of this offense is the specific content of the irritant used, and it's a solution that contains more than 18% olicerone capsidium and orthochloride phthalate.
Can you spell that for the court?
Yes, ORTHOCHLORBENZALMANITRILE. So not more than 35 grams of that, and not more than 18% OLERESINCAPSICUM. Because not all self-defense spray is criminalized. It's specific chemical content that is not allowed. So self-defense spray is defined as a device capable of carrying, ejecting, releasing, or emitting, and then it defines the type of substance. And so I have no idea. First of all, I don't think this happened, but if it did happen, I have no idea what the chemical content of what Mr. Nash allegedly sprayed at Mr. Green is, and that is an element of this charge offense. So if they wanted to have charged it as FA or whatever, I suppose they could have, but they didn't. They chose use of this spray, and an element of that offense is the actual chemical content of the spray, of which we've heard no evidence. So that's ground one of dismissal. Ground two, Your Honor, is, as you know, you have an obligation to address credibility under People versus Anderson. And the reason I asked Mr. Johnson about the T-shirt is he told me in the hallway, as he testified to here, that during the course of the interaction, Mr. Green's T-shirt was ripped off, the white T-shirt that he was wearing, and when he returned back to his vehicle, it was ripped off during that fight. You saw the video for yourself. You know perfectly well that didn't happen. So Mr. Johnson's credibility, I think he's demonstrated his willingness to lie under oath, as he, about the T-shirt, and therefore I would say the rest of his testimony should be taken through the lens of his willingness to lie under oath. We observed Mr. Green's testimony in assessing credibility, combativeness, willing to answer questions, fighting lawyers, are all things we instruct juries to consider, and I'm sure this court considers. Furthermore, he testified that Mr. Nash was the aggressor of the fight, that Mr. Nash took his shirt off during the fight, and that he never hit Mr. Nash. We saw the video. We know Mr. Green was the aggressor of the fight. Mr. Green ripped Mr. Nash's shirt off during the fight, and it was Mr. Green who was attacking Mr. Nash. And we know the size differential here. There was no way, with all due respect to my client, Mr. Nash, that he was gonna win a fight with someone who was nearly 6 feet tall at 5'9". This was an incident where Mr. Nash was attacked. He fled the scene, nothing further happened. We saw the video, it speaks for itself. Given the credibility concerns of these two witnesses, I think we would need some corroborating evidence to find this case over, and none has been provided. I also call into question whether Mr. Green is being truthful to this court about turning things over to the police. If he had turned over those videos, et cetera, which I had specifically asked for on 2 separate occasions via email, and I know Ms. Drain emailed her OIC about. I believe if those things had actually been turned over by the complainant in this case, they would be in Ms. Drain's possession. It's another reason for questions, because none of that evidence has ever been turned over. Because the evidence that does exist and was posted on Facebook and relayed to this court, in fact, is directly in opposition to these 2 individuals' testimony today.
Okay, Your Honor, a couple things. As to the statute, nobody has the bear spray that is discussed. So I don't have any kind of chemical content to say that he sprayed with something that had a certain chemical content.
Is that an element of the statute?
As to what? That's right. After reviewing the statute, that is what the statute does say for this specific charge. So I'm not exactly sure why it was charged this way. However, based on the testimony, now what I would move to do is I would move to amend the charge to a felonious assault with a chemical spray. So we have testimony from the second witness, Mr. Johnson. He did not see the entire incident that happened, and the video that we saw is obviously a clip of something. It is not the whole incident from beginning to end. It is one part of it. And the witness, Mr. Green, kept saying, "Where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it?" So there is more to this, but we did see the video of what happened. However, despite what happened there, the testimony is clear from both of the witnesses that Mr. Nash had pulled off already. The car then turned around, came back. Mr. Nash was hanging out of the car and did spray Mr. Green with a chemical substance, which he says he knows. And actually his testimony was very, very specific, how this was different from the pepper spray. He knows what pepper spray is like, and he knows what this bear spray is like. And he explained it quite thoroughly. But in any event, it was a chemical spray that was sprayed on him. He said he was either blurry, he couldn't see. He said that him and Mr. Johnson then went to the gas station. That didn't work, so they went to the emergency room. So both of them testified that that is what happened. So that is what I'm asking for this time.
I would object to any of the charges after the close. They can move to amend. I mean, obviously I know anytime, but I would object. They can refile if they want to refile. I think that at this stage, what we have is someone who testified directly in contradiction to a video multiple times under oath. And then we have his alleged boyfriend come up here and testify in a way that is directly contradicted by the video with respect to the tear of white t-shirt, which obviously didn't happen. And so we have two people whose credibility is grossly in question. As certifications by one of the witnesses that we provided all this corroborating evidence to the state, none of which has been turned over. And I think will go a long way to maybe ameliorating some of the concerns about their credibility if it existed, but I doubt it does. So instead, what we have is two witnesses who lied under oath to this court in ways that is demonstrably obvious from the video. And a charge that Mr. Nash has been put on notice of that people can't prove to amend it to form use assault. We know who the aggressor of this fight is. If I don't know what happened after the video ends, I only have that video. But if Mr. Nash and him came back into contact, who's to say that Mr. Nash wasn't acting in self-defense? We have somebody who's much larger, who instigated a fight, who's clearly demonstrated their capacity for violence and their willingness to attack Mr. Nash, who is, again, much bigger than him. And if he had to use some kind of self-defense mechanism in order to not have another fight start, I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing. We do not know what happened after the end of that video because the people who have told us have proven their willingness to fabricate. And I think that has to be taken into account here. And I'm very concerned because this is an ongoing campaign with Mr. Green. This is the second case I've represented Mr. Nash on, where Mr. Green is the complainant. This man is using the police department to harass and intimidate my client.
Well, Your Honor, I'm gonna object. We're here for this case only.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save someone in the trial division some grief. If I was to bind this matter over, and there's probably a likelihood of zero that this matter will end in a conviction, given the testimony that I've just heard. Mr. Green testified under oath and lied from A to Z about what took place. The event. Now, mind you, we don't have the entire incident on video, but that of which we do have, he lied, and then when confronted with his lies, he wanted to take a break to gather himself because he knew it was coming. He was not aware that the defense counsel had the video that she had. So the video that I've seen, although it's not a complete story, I have Mr. Green lying from A to Z. What I don't have is what Mr. Green says happened after that, which was that the defendant allegedly hung out of the passenger side of the window and pepper sprayed. But if I can't trust what Mr. Green is telling me, how can I trust that that's true? Because he has demonstrated his willingness to lie to this court under oath. So the people bring, what's his name, Johnson? Mr. Johnson, his boyfriend. Mr. Johnson tells us that he was sitting in the car the entire time and that he was looking out of his rear view mirror as he saw pretty much what Mr. Green said Mr. Nash did. Pepper spray. I don't think we got into a lot of detail as to what position Mr. Nash was allegedly in as he hanging out the passenger side of the window and that type of thing. Clearly, he was wrong on Mr. Green not having a shirt on and that type of thing, the color that he was wearing, that, all that good stuff. I just can't trust this evidence. As such, the court is going to dismiss this matter without prejudice. And even though the people have moved to amend the charge to felonious assault, I don't know that this was not an act of self-defense. I don't know what that was that the plaintiff witness was allegedly sprayed with. If it was some chemical device or something else, I don't know the contents of it. I don't have any video. I don't have any pictures. I don't have any medical records. There's too much that I don't have to bind this matter over. So the court will dismiss this matter without. The court will dismiss this matter.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you,
So the court in all the
days when you go straight there.
It's 10 o'clock, That's 10 o'clock. That was way behind it. All right, calling case 2456460, the state of Michigan versus Shanielle Thomas. And it's charged in count 1 assault with dangerous weapon, count 2 domestic violence. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor, Shelley Draper, people, 60249.
Good morning, Your Honor, Chair of Time, 43281, appearing on behalf of Shanielle Thomas.
Tell me your name for the record. There's a date, time set for their examination. Are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I am not able to proceed at this time. The competing witness is not present. I cannot go forward without the
Move for dismissal, Your Honor.
So order the court will dismiss this matter without prejudice.
Thank you.
Ms. Dodson here? Your name, sir?
Everyone, Dr. 492.
Oh, you're Dr.
Yes.
What's your first name?
Norman?
Norman.
No relation to Norman Dodson.
Oh, okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought was coming. I was like, wow, this is gonna be a treat.
I had the pleasure of meeting her once when I was a kid at UNT Mercy. And
Okay.
my mom told me she
And
was
there's no
named
relation?
Norman. No relation, not that I know of. Actually, I'm related to 2 different sets of Dodsons, set of sisters married 2 Dodson brothers, and
There's a slight resemblance as well. Calling case 2356909, People State of Michigan versus Kelly Davis. Defendant is charged in count 1 assault with a dangerous weapon. Defendant has an additional offender second offense notice. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor, Madison Oro on behalf of the people requesting permission under MCR 8.10B under the supervision of Attorney Shelley Draper.
Permission granted.
Thank you.
Attorney Norman Dodson, PA 492, here on behalf of defendant Kelly Davis, who is standing to my left.
Tell me your name.
Kelly Davis.
There's a date, time set for preliminary examination. Are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, people are ready to proceed.
How many witnesses?
Likely 2, potentially only 1.
Any preliminary matters before you call witnesses?
No preliminary matters for the people.
None.
Okay, the people will call Vincent Smith Bay. Smith and then dash DEY.
We have witnesses on Coyura. Here.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Sir, please step forward, give your name and spelling to the young lady seated here.
I hear it.
Okay. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. Thank you, sir. Please have a seat in the witness box next to me. Right here, sir.
Right.
Right here. Yes, sir. Voice so nice and loud, so to the microphone and be to your left once you have to see. Oh, speaking to the microphone to your left. Maybe begin when you're ready.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please state your name for the record one more time?
Vincent Smith Bay Jr.
Thank you. Mr. Smith Bay, I want to draw your attention to February 19th of 2023. Where were you on that day?
We was just leaving, our family to get together, a hotel pool party,
Okay, and where was that family get together at?
Franklin's.
Okay. And while you were getting ready to leave Frankenmuth, did anything happen?
Yes, I looked at my phone and I had like, 19 missed calls, like 27 messages. And then when I opened up the messages, it was, bring me, where's my son at? It would start off as hi, my baby boy, but I guess when she didn't get a response, it got more aggressive. It turned into where you at? I'm about to pull up to your house.
Okay.
I'm calling the cops.
Okay. So you looked at your phone, you had quite a few, I believe you said, what was it, 17 missed calls?
Yes.
Yes, about 17 missed calls and some text messages. And you stated it was from a woman, I believe you said she. Do you know the name of the person that was sending you those text messages and calling you?
Kelly Davis.
Okay, and who is Kelly Davis to you?
My son's mother.
Okay, and so if you were to see Kelly Davis, your son's mother, in the courtroom today, would you recognize her?
Yes.
And do you in fact see her in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you please point to her and identify a piece of clothing that she's wearing?
She got on a black shirt and pink blouse.
Okay, Your Honor, please let this record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant.
So noted.
Thank you. And so after you look at your phone, see these missed calls, where are you at this point?
I'm on the freeway heading home.
Okay, so you're headed home. And do you eventually get home?
Yes, I get home.
And where is your home located?
Detroit, Michigan, on Murray Hill.
Thank you.
Murray Hill. Yes.
And that's obviously in the county of Wayne, correct?
Wayne.
Thank you. And so when you do pull up to your home, what happens?
I met my neighbor at the corner because he was describing that my big mother is at my house. He was sitting in my house for like 2 or 3 hours, walking around my house, looking in the mirror, looking at my windows. I've seen it on the cameras too. So then, as I proceeded to drive towards me, I said, okay, I'm gonna get your son. I meet her at her door. That's when she jumps out her car. And she goes to swing on me and try to open the door of the car and say, be my effing child. And that's when you can see how that video of me pulling off. You can see her rolling from the car and taking off.
Okay. I just want to go back a little bit, Mr. Smith. It's normal for you and Ms. Davis, obviously, to have child exchanges, correct?
Yes.
And might be a silly question, but what do those child exchanges usually look like? Are you usually walking your son over to Miss Davis? What do they look like?
Yeah, it was before, it was just exchanging them. I pick them up, bring my car seat, exchange like that.
Okay, and so you meet before this incident?
Yes.
I see. What do the child exchanges look like after this incident?
Now we meet up at the police station. And,
Okay.
I wait for her to bring me in, and then I wait for her to pull off, so it's no confusion.
Okay, thank you. So then I wanna go back a little bit to the altercation that occurred that you stated. So when you are walking your son, or when you give your son to Miss Davis, can you just explain one more time what happened? Sorry.
Oh, the day of February 19th,
Yeah,
right?
February 19th.
I know, after I pulled off from her trying to strike me in the car, I drove down 3 houses, put in the driveway, backed back up, came to my house. I got out, proceeded to get, my son out the backseat of my car. That's when she backed up into my driveway. She jumped out saying all this record stuff. Come on, this gonna be the last day you ever see your son and all this other stuff. And that's when my neighbor was having to come across the street. He had his camera recorded too. And then she ended up going off on him because he was recording the incident too. And she like, yeah, you're a grown man. How you over here? And I'm a little old girl. You're a coward, and proceeded to all that.
Okay, so your neighbor, so while you were driving home, I just want to clarify for the record, while you were driving home, your neighbor called you, is that correct? And he, what did he say to you?
He was like, hey, it's a red car in front of your house. I said, yeah, I know who that is. He's like, yeah, I said, that's my big mama.
Did he ever say if the person who was driving the vehicle got out of their car?
Yes.
I was really saying that. Hearsay.
Well, Your Honor, I didn't receive an objection, but if I did receive an objection, I was going to say that it would be a present sense impression because his neighbor was actively perceiving what this defendant was doing.
I'm not actively. They're testifying as to what transpired before he got there.
Right, but the neighbor. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Okay, Your Honor, thank you. Okay, so scratching what the neighbor said to you, what was the defendant doing when you stated that, she was trying to swing on you, but can you explain a little bit what happened while she was in the vehicle?
When she was in my vehicle, or in her vehicle?
Hers.
When I pulled up on the block, that's when I knew my neighbor at the corner, we was talking about it. She had her camera out, you can see her from when we was on the corner, she had her camera out, trying to record whatever the story she was putting together. So I pulled up, I said, okay, I'm gonna let your son get out. She jumps out, swung at me, trying to open up my door, then she's trying to get up on my back door, and that's when I took off. And
at some point when you took off, do you come back?
Yes, I come back to my house.
What happens when you come back?
That's when she got back in her van, and that's when she proceeded to go across the street in the parking lot to reverse in my driveway to open up her driver's side where her car seat was at. And that's when she proceeded to me or my side when I was getting out the vehicle.
Okay, and at some point, does the vehicle ever make contact with your body?
Oh, that incident happened, that's when she was leaving.
Okay.
This is what I'm telling you now, that's probably up to the incident.
Okay.
When she got out, and when that's when she was talking all her stuff, so you'll never see a child again.
Okay, so when she gets out of the car and she's saying, these things to you, does she eventually get back in the car?
Yes, after she put the son in the car, she got back in the car.
So she's yelling these things to you, she puts your son in the car, and then she gets in the car?
Yes.
Okay, and what happens after that?
And that's when I was like, you doing all this stuff, and you supposed to be cool, because you're already on paper since as a felon already, like a sex offender. And that's when she raised her eyebrow up and threw it in reverse. And that's when me and my neighbor, we pushed each other out of the way, and that's when she proceeded to take off.
And so just to clarify, where were you when she put the car in reverse?
Right behind the vehicle.
Okay, so you were directly behind the vehicle. And what were you thinking in that moment?
Like, she is really crazy, and she's living up to what people saying about her.
Were you scared in that moment?
Yes.
And while she put the car in reverse, was she saying anything, if you could hear?
I didn't hear nothing she was saying, but I know when she drove off, she went to the stop sign, and she backed back up and said some words, and then she took off.
Okay. Okay, Your Honor, I don't believe I have any more questions for this witness.
Cross-examine? Yes, Your Honor.
How you doing, Mr. Smith?
How you doing?
How old is your son?
It's two.
At the time of the incident, how old was your son?
I don't know right at this moment.
When is his birthday?
March 14th.
March 14th, so he just turned 2. So in February 2023, he wasn't even 1 yet.
And at that time, you and the defendant, were exercising your own parenting state, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What time was the exchange supposed to occur?
Actually at 6 o'clock.
Okay. And what time did you return to your home?
Around like, I think it was like 12, I'm not for sure, 12 or 1.
It was supposed to occur 6 o'clock the day prior,
Yes,
correct?
okay,
Okay.
but I heard saying on the text message.
Okay. You said her first text message was, "How's my baby boy?" Correct?
Yes.
Did you respond to that message?
No, I was asleep.
Okay. Her second message, did you respond to that?
I was asleep.
Okay. Do you believe it would be reasonable, or I'll ask you specifically, with your child who is not 1 year old, if you don't know where your child is and someone's not, I'm not done answering the question, and you aren't getting a response, would you be concerned?
Prior to the conversation, she knew where he was at.
Would you be concerned?
If he's with his mother, no.
So, Mr. Smith Bay, so you're returning to your house, correct?
Yes.
And when you're returning to your house, she's there, correct? Miss Davis is at your house?
Yes.
Okay. Were you expecting her to be at your home?
No, but when I seen text message, she created the person in my house.
When you seen that she was concerned about the whereabouts of her son, you knew that
Objection,
she was.
Your Honor, I feel like that's a mischaracterization of the testimony.
Your Honor, I'm asking him a question, he can simply say, no, that's not true. So when you seen that she was concerned with her son, were you surprised to see her at your house?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Davis, did you provide video to the police officers in this case?
Yes.
And in those videos, did you edit those videos?
No.
Did you shorten those videos?
No.
So if the videos were shortened, is your testimony that the police officers shortened them?
Say what?
If the videos were shortened, is it your testimony that the police officers shortened the videos?
I don't know. I can't answer the question, so I don't know.
But you're testifying that you did not,
Ask and answer.
thank you, Your Honor. Did you and Ms. Davis have a conversation about the car incident after, on February 19th?
No.
Do you recall having a text message exchange with Ms. Davis where you told her that she tried to hit you with her car?
You said what?
Do you recall having a text message exchange with Ms. Davis where she told you that she tried to hit you, where you told her, excuse me, that she tried to hit you with her car?
Yes, I told her that.
Okay. Do you recall her telling you that she did not?
No.
Mr. Smith, I want to back up to a few days before February 19th. Before February 19th, you received documentation from the state of Michigan, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. I'm gonna be very honest and just bluntly answer. Are we able to talk about different dates than the date in question? Because to my knowledge, I thought we were not.
Your Honor, this goes directly to a motive to why he may make up a complaint against Ms. Davis.
I'll allow.
You received some documents from the state, correct?
This was prior, this was like, in 2021?
Yes.
Yes, I have received documentation.
Okay. Did you receive documentation from the state telling you that you were going to be placed on child support, right?
Yes, she even told me she put me in child support. So.
In that documentation, the state informed you that it was initiating child support, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you were extremely upset, isn't that correct?
No, because she already told me.
Do you recall having a PPO hearing in this matter?
Yes, so the people are trying to deal with the vehicle?
Do you recall bringing up this incident?
What?
The incident alleged on February 19th, 2021.
Yes, I believe it. February 19th or what?
Correct.
What are you saying?
Do you recall during the PPO hearing that you testified under oath that you do not believe that she tried to hit you with her?
Yes, she tried to hit me with the car.
That wasn't my question. Do you recall testifying that you did not believe that she tried to hit you.
I didn't say that.
So that's a no.
I don't know what you're saying. I didn't say that.
Ultimately, was the PPO granted?
You said the what?
Ultimately, was the PPO granted?
Yes, the PPO was granted.
So is there still an active PPO?
No, it's not.
Did the court dismiss the PPO?
Yes,
Or did it
the
dismiss?
court dismissed the PPO due to her weight and my weight. And a judge said she don't see no threat there.
Did it have anything to do with the timing of you receiving court documents? And then 2 days later making a complaint against the defendant?
No.
Now, Mr. Smith-Bay, when you're standing in your driveway, you pulled straight into your driveway, correct? You pulled straight into your driveway?
Yes.
Okay, so your driver's side door would have been on the side where the house was?
Yes.
Okay, and Ms. Davis backed into the driveway, correct?
Yes.
And her driver's side door would have been in the direction of the
neighbor's side.
Okay. Do you recall that when she was backing up, that she cut the wheel away from you?
What you mean? Like, no, when she backed up, that's when she got out of the child.
No, Mr. Smith. I'm saying after your minor child was placed in the vehicle, and then Ms. Davis attempted to go forward, but the vehicle got caught in your. Mr. Davis, I'm not done. Or excuse me, Mr. Smith, I'm not done asking the question. When she mistakenly reversed, did she cut her wheel? Excuse me, did she cut her wheel away?
No.
Your Honor, I have a video I'd like to show. It's provided in the discovery packet. My understanding is that you would like parties to log on to Zoom. Yes, please. Okay. If I could have a brief moment, I'll have my assistant log on so that she can see the video. Okay. Okay.
Your Honor.
We have Attorney Kleiman here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, how you doing? We have witnesses on Lewis.
No, Judge.
Okay, let's call that real quick. Where's the Jamel Lewis file? Counsel. Dismissal form is inside the folder. I have it. Okay. Thank you. Calling case 2456577, people of the state of Michigan versus Jamel Brian Lewis. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon, count 2, felony firearm, count 3, weapons, firearms, count 4, domestic violence. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drain for the people, P number 60249.
In the morning, Melissa Freeman, P 80066, on behalf of Mr. Lewis, and sir, can you state your name for the record, please?
Jamel Brian. There's daytime supplementary examination. Are people ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I am not able to proceed at this time. The complainant is not present. I cannot proceed without her testimony.
We are asking for a dismissal, please.
So, or the court will dismiss this matter without prejudice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So 15 is a waiver, Judge. Waiver for your testimony.
Okay, great. Come on, Mr. Carlissimo.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Please step
I was
forward.
going to be quick, Judge.
Okay.
If you have some time.
Eric Collier.
Yes, sir. They're bringing it in, Judge.
All right. Wait, oh, you got the waiver form?
No, I don't have a waiting for him,
What is
Judge. There's 3 counts. 2 counts are being dismissed. We're waiving as to the third.
Okay. Calling case 2456594, people state mission versus Eric Ainge Coyero. Finished charged in count 1 assault, grave bodily harm, less than murder by strangulation. Count 2 assault and resisting obstructing police officer. Count 3 domestic violence. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Dream for the people, P number 60249.
Good morning, Your Honor. Anthony Carlosimo, my P number is 25352. I represent the defendant. Man, tell the judge your name.
Eric Coyero. There's date, time, set for preliminary examination.
Your Honor, at this time, after speaking with Ms. Dream, I understand the people are not ready to proceed with respect to counts 1 and 3. In exchange for dismissal of those counts, my client will waive his right to an exam as to count 2.
Sir, please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You understand you have a statutory right to have a preliminary examination by waiving the same. That means you won't have one, and you'll be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court as you stand charged. You understand that?
Sorry.
You understand the nature and purpose of the preliminary examination?
Yes, sir.
You understand if you were to have one, the prosecution would have to establish that the crime you're charged with in count 2 was committed in the city of Detroit, that they probably cause to believe you committed it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anyone forcing you to waive your right?
No, sir.
Does anyone promise you anything?
No, sir.
Are you waiving your right freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
Court finds defendant's waiver on count 2 is made voluntarily and freely given. The court will therefore bind the defendant over to 1 County Third Circuit Court's criminal division for further proceedings. His arraignment on the information, date and time will be May 6, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. That's on count 2 only. Counts 1 and 3 will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Round will be continued. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sign a waiver for objection.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
I'll take care of it.
All right. Okay, we are back on the record on People versus Kelly Davis, case number 2356909.
Thank you for your patience, Your Honor.
Good morning. I just need to share my screen for Attorney Dotson. Okay, I'm a co-host now.
Mr. Marine, could you please play the video?
Yes, Your Honor.
That was Attorney Dotson. If you could maximize the image. And then rewind it. And as I tell you, press pause, press pause. So pause there, or push play, please. So Mr. Marine, please rewind the video and pause it.
Yeah. Sorry. We're gonna rewind. We're gonna start the video right now. Thank you for your patience, everyone. All right, I'm hitting play.
Okay.
Mr. Smith Bay, is this a video outside of your home?
Yes.
Okay. And this is the home located on Murray Hill that you talked about in front. Okay. And individuals that are outside, who are the individuals that are outside? Okay, and is this camera fixed to your property?
Yes.
Okay, so this is your video footage, and this was footage that you supplied to the police? All right. Now, Mr. Marine, if you could, back up the video. And just kind of, yes, if you could, and then slowly press play and pause, just so we can kind of simulate it in slow motion. So in this video, you see Ms. Davis back up. Correct. Do you see that she cut her wheel away from you?
That's what me and the defendant was at. Okay, me and my neighbor was at.
You stated that you got out of your vehicle. Your vehicle pulled into your driveway, correct?
Yes.
Your driver's side door was adjacent to your home, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Do
what
you,
she put on.
Mr. Smith, do you see that she cut her vehicle away from your home?
No, she was aiming towards me. You see how it is? That's where I was standing.
Mr. Smith, the question is, is it true that she cut her vehicle away from your home?
She was backing into me.
Did she turn her vehicle, did she turn the wheel in a way that the vehicle would go away from your home?
No.
So the vehicle is not going away from your home?
Yes, it's going away from my home like that way.
So that was a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Marine, could you push play? Now pause it. Okay. And that is you, correct?
Yes.
And you're recording from your phone?
Yes.
So when she backed up and then cut the vehicle away from your phone, or excuse me, from your home, you continued to record?
Yes.
Was there any instinct? So did you think she was gonna hit you?
Yes, I thought she was going to until we moved out of the way.
And in that moment, you believe it was appropriate to continue to record?
Yes, for my safety.
Understood. A vehicle, in your testimony, is coming directly at you. For your safety, you continue to record?
Yes.
And then Mr. Marine, go ahead and push play. And this is what you referred to that when she drove off. Now,
the stop sign.
Okay, Mr. Marine, can you pause the video or would you work? Okay. Well, go ahead and play the video through. Your Honor, at this time, defendant moves to admit proposed exhibit 1 is evidence.
Any objection?
Or 1?
No objection, Your Honor.
Admit. Now, following this incident, strike that. Before the conclusion of the family law case that you and Ms. Davis had, you two communicated via text?
Yes. But, and then, did you get the video? You scored that too. I supplied officer too.
Mr. Smith Bay, I am asking questions on behalf of my client. So, you all communicated via text, correct? Mr. Smith? You communicated via, you said correct? Okay. In those text messages, you talked about things such as the minor child?
Yes.
As well as other things? You two never argued back and forth via text?
Yeah, when she don't get her way.
Okay. And would you also harass this lady for via text?
19 yesterday, or this prior before that?
If you don't understand my question, you can tell me you don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay. You would agree that you two communicated via text, correct?
Can you repeat that?
Mr. Smith Bay, at around February 19th, at the time this video was made, would you agree that you and Ms. Davis communicated through text on your mobile devices?
Call too. Talk, text, and call.
Just answer the question, sir. Did you
Yes.
communicate via text?
And you testified earlier that you do not remember having a conversation with her about her trying to hit you with the car?
No,
And you don't recall her at that time immediately telling you that I did not?
not that I know of, I didn't look at my text messages.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to show proposed exhibit B for future purposes. After I lay the foundation, I'll admit it.
It's really long.
Miller, thank you. If you could, open it up, zoom in on the image, and let's start from the top. So this is a communication between you and Ms. Davis, correct? Okay. And in that text, you're saying, if we look at February 19th at 12:25, she is saying, why does her son have a hole mark on his head, correct? And then your response is, you just tried to hit him. Correct?
Just trying to hit you.
Okay. And then immediately she states, no, I didn't. I backed up my car. No, I didn't. I backed up my car. If I wanted to hit you, would have, shake my head, don't come to my house no more, and so on, correct?
Correct. It's the same, just keep talking, I'll let you know.
At this time, defendant moves to admit, proposed to repeat.
No, essentially.
Admit it. We're almost done, Mr. Smith, right? Do you, Mr. Smith, during the family law case, you brought up Kelly's criminal history, correct?
Yes.
You also brought up the fact that.
Objection, Your Honor. What is the relevance that?
What is the relevance? Your Honor, goes to his motive. Specifically, and you guys allow me to ask one question and I'll get directly to what the motive is. The question, just specifically, I don't want to preview the question, Your Honor. So if I may just get permitted one more question. Go ahead. Okay. Do you believe that these charges against Ms. Davis will help you with custody and parenting time of your marriage?
This has nothing to do with custody and parenting time.
Objection, Your Honor. There has been testimony as to why parenting time might be limited one way or the other, not pertaining to this incident, as we just saw via these texts regarding Mark. So I don't think that necessarily it would just be this case that would help him. I think there's other instances that would help this complaining witness. So I think that's trying to state bias where it doesn't necessarily exist.
I'll ask another question, Your Honor. Do you recall telling Ms. Davis to take you off child support and you'll make all this stop?
No. And she just called my sister last week.
I didn't,
That's a total
Your Honor,
different story. She told my sister.
Your Honor, I asked that that be stricken as my response. No further questions, Your Honor.
Just briefly, Your Honor. I just want to clarify Mr. Smith's testimony. Just to clarify one more time, where were you on the driveway? And you were to the left of the driveway, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so the way the defendant cut her wheel.
Was aiming towards me.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to clarify that for the record. No further questions, Your Honor.
Can I see the video one more time?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me pull it up.
One more time, sir. One more time, sir, from the beginning.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Sir, you were videotaping this with your cell phone?
Yes. Yes,
Do you still have that video?
yes,
Where is it?
in my phone.
You have your phone?
Yes. No, so that's footage from my head. You got footage on this phone.
Have you turned that footage over to the prosecutor?
Yeah, I can turn it to, I think I took, you got it? You got it, and I took it to the office and I took my stuff to it.
Have you turned that over to the police?
Everything that we have for defense counsel should have, yes.
So, is there a reason that we're not playing that video?
I can play it if you would like me to, Your Honor.
That would be the best vantage point, because if he's holding the phone, and he's standing behind his phone, the vehicle is coming at him, we should be able to see that.
Okay.
Your Honor, in the version that I received, it doesn't show the vehicle coming towards him, which is why I was asking the line of question about video being edited.
I don't need you to tell me that, I want to see the video myself.
We would have more objection.
All right.
Your Honor, I would ask that the witness not be allowed to text with one while he's still on the stand.
Yeah, don't tell me.
No, I'm talking.
Are you trying?
Oh, okay.
All right.
I never want to be the one who's going to pull out for us unless I think.
Show here?
Yes.
You have records on show?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
This is on day too?
Yes.
One of those days. What's going on over there, guys?
We're trying to get to the right.
Oh. He has it on his phone.
Your Honor, if we're using the video phone, I would like to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let us know what happens.
Okay, so defense counsel, you have the one that you referred to.
What, one second?
Yeah.
It's this one, which is pulling off.
We have her actually coming at you in your direction with. Start that from the beginning. You want to take a look at that? May I approach? Sure. You want to take a look at it?
I just watched it.
All right. Anything else?
Nothing else from people.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. You have to step up.
I just have one very quickly. Unless you really don't want me to.
I don't know what this other witness will testify to based on the video that I've seen, unless they have another video.
It was stated that that witness also has a video. However, that witness was also standing outside behind the vehicle as well, so it would just kind of be some corroboration. And this witness was also the witness that was observing, hence my present sense impression, objection. This witness observed the defendant putting her head in the windows of the complaining witness's home. Well, it shows that she was there waiting for him to get home. Okay, maybe not necessarily relevant to what she was doing before, but relevant maybe to the fact that he was there behind the vehicle when this incident happened.
I don't think anybody disputes that. What's in dispute as whether or not she intentionally aimed this car in their direction.
Right. And if
We'll see what the witness says.
okay. Okay, so the people will call Craig Peoples. Craig Peoples? Yep.
Sir, please step forward, come on in. Give your name and spelling to the camera. Okay. Please raise your right hand, sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat up here in the witness box. Begin when you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Can you please state your name for the record one more time?
Craig Peoples.
Thank you. Mr. Peoples, I just want to draw your attention to February 19th, 2023. Where were you on that day?
At home.
At home, and where do you live? Okay. Is that in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne? Thank you.
Please speak into the microphone, sir.
And did something happen on that day that brings you into court today?
Yes.
What happened on that day?
Neighbor person and big mama. I guess they had an altercation.
What did you observe on that day? I'm sorry.
And I was walking across the street. She was pulling up. She gave me the middle finger.
And I'm so sorry to cut you off. When you say she, who is it that you're referring to?
It's big mother.
Mr. Vincent Smith-Bay's baby mother. Okay,
Yes.
And you don't know her, so continue. When she gave you the middle finger,
Yes. She gave me the
when she
middle
gave you the
finger.
middle finger, did you see her face?
Yes.
Okay, and so if you were now to see her in the courtroom today, would you be able to identify her?
Yes.
Okay, do you see her in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Okay, can you please point to her and identify the piece of clothing that she's wearing?
Right there.
Okay, what color of clothing, sorry?
Pink.
Pink, okay, thank you. Your Honor, please let the record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant.
Oh, no.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm sorry, so continue where you, continue when you stated that, she pulled up, gave you the middle finger, you saw her face, and what else?
Yeah, she tried to snatch the baby out the car as he was still driving. She started yelling, hollering at him. She backed her car into his driveway and told him that he would never see his son again after today. I have everything on video, I was recording. She told me I'm a grown man, why am I coming to be recorded? And he told her that I have nothing to do with her, she shouldn't be listening to me. And I sat on his porch and I continued to record.
Okay, at some point, while all of this was happening, were you and Mr. Smith Bay located on the driveway?
No,
Standing on the driveway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir, did you say you were on the porch before?
Yeah, I walked from my house to his porch.
Oh.
We literally stay across the street from each other.
Okay, and at some point, do you get off of the porch and are you standing in the driveway ever?
As I walked across the street, I walked past the driveway. She was parked back into the driveway.
Okay, so when she reverses in the driveway, are you physically standing in the driveway?
No,
Okay,
I was walking across the street at the time.
so when Mr. Vincent Smith Bay is behind the vehicle, you are walking across the street?
Yes.
Okay, so you are not physically there when this happens?
Yes, I was.
Okay, okay. So then I just want to clarify a little bit. Are you walking across the street to get to Mr. Smith Bay's home, or are you already on his property?
I'm walking across the street to get to his front porch.
Okay, so where are you in terms of, the defendant's vehicle? Are you at the front of the car? Are you at the back of the car, the side?
The side.
And would that be the left side or the right side?
Back, and so that'll be the right side, the passenger side.
Okay. Okay, so these videos that you are speaking of, that you took yourself, what do they depict in your opinion?
They show.
That's the evidence of the video, so you can't tell us what the video said or show.
Does it matter if he's actively perceiving?
Yes. Can't tell us what the videos.
Okay.
He can testify to what his memory is and what he saw.
Okay,
But not what the
thank
video
you.
shows.
Thank you. Okay. Well, what, and I guess my last question for you, Mr. Peoples, is when you are walking across the street and you get to Mr. Smith Bay's home, what is it that you observe? You stated, some yelling and some arguing, but do you observe anything, physically, anything else?
She tried to hit him with her car.
Okay. And can you tell us more about that? What did you see?
As he gave her the baby, she put the baby in the car. She wants to put her car back in reverse and came back and tried to hit him with her car.
And when she did that, where were you?
On his front porch.
Okay. And how far was her vehicle to Mr. Smith Bay, if you can recall? Yeah, a couple feet, couple inches.
Couple inches.
Okay. And what did you think was gonna happen in that moment?
She's going to hit him.
Okay. And what was her demeanor like in that moment, if you can recall? Okay. John, I don't have any further questions for this witness.
Yeah. Is your testimony that she was a couple inches from Mr. Smith Bay?
Yes.
Did he jump back?
Yes.
And was he recording while she was trying to hit him?
No.
So you were recording?
Yes.
Did you provide that, the videos to police?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Mayor, can you play that video again? Sir, I want you to take a look at this video.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me if this is your video.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is the video that we showed, I believe, Mr. Smith, they said it was the camera from his home. I believe, if it's the same video that we showed today. Yeah, okay, I just wanted you to know that it was the camera.
Yes. You're trying to get that video for me, Mr. Mayor? Is this a video you took, sir? Yours is different, okay. All right. Any other questions for the case right on the floor?
No other questions, please, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. Any other witnesses for the people?
No other witnesses for the people, Your Honor.
Any witnesses for the defendant? No, Your Honor. People?
Your Honor, at this time, people will ask to bind over as charged and reserve any argument.
Your Honor, we will object to that and request that the case be dismissed.
All right, so the people have, go ahead. Have something else?
Yes, if I'm able. Your Honor, I will just say that, we asked for this matter to be bound over as charged because even though the vehicle never physically, touched Mr. Smith Bay, he still stated via his testimony that he was scared, that he did think that the defendant was going to hit him with his vehicle, or with her vehicle, I'm sorry. And aside from his testimony, we have another eyewitness who also stated it seemed like she was going to hit him with his vehicle. And for a assault with a dangerous weapon, it just has to be that apprehension of fear. And from what the witness stated and from what the complaining witness stated and from the eyewitness stated, it sounds like that is what they anticipated was going to happen, that Mr. Smith Bay was going to get hit by a vehicle. It doesn't matter that it, didn't occur. It just mattered that he thought it might. And so that is why people would be requesting a bind over.
Your Honor, people have the burden here. And one of the elements for felonious assault is intent. As you can see from the video, Ms. Davis did not try to hit Mr. Smith Bay. She turned the wheel in the opposite direction of Mr. Smith Bay. Even though we've heard testimony from Mr. Smith Bay that he was towards his neighbor's house, we see in the video that when he walks off, he's coming across his own grass onto his driveway. Additionally, we've heard testimony from the eyewitness, which was just brought up, specifically saying that the vehicle was inches away. We've seen from Mr. Smith Bay's video, as well as this video, the vehicle wasn't inches away. Ms. Davis, not through her testimony, but through the text message which was exhibited, told Mr. Smith Bay that she wasn't trying to hit him, and that she actually turned her wheel when she realized her transmission was stuck in the air, and then went forward. Now, I appreciate that the parties are disgruntled because of parenting exchange. However, there's been no evidence submitted that Ms. Davis had the required mens rea for committing felonious assault. So we would ask that this case be dismissed.
I just have one brief thing, Your Honor. It keeps what keeps being stated is that the vehicle was trying to turn in a way that was away from the complaining witness, which quite literally the video shows the exact opposite of that. The video shows the butt of the car more in the direction. The complaining witness was to the left, and he even stated he was to the left of the driveway. The way the butt of the car is that that's the way the car, it's my dad is the car, that is the way the car was turning. If they're here, the car was going like this. So,
well, that's not what the video shows. So shortly after that car goes in reverse and goes forward, we see the witness coming or emerging from the right side of where that vehicle, the side closest to the house. The vehicle was going in the opposite direction.
okay.
Now, albeit I can't see because of this brick pillar here where the defendant is actually standing, but based on what I see him emerging from that right side of the vehicle.
Okay, and maybe I will, it does look like there's a person to the left, and from the eyewitness testimony, he said he was on the porch. So if I missed the testimony, I do apologize, but I don't believe that
I thought the witness was this guy in the blue jacket.
our complaining witness, correct?
Correct.
That's what I thought as well. So did you see him come from the porch?
No, not the porch. I saw
Or
him
from the
come
right side?
From the right side, close to. Can we play that back one more time, please?
I'm sorry about that.
Look where he comes from.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So I will withdraw the fact that it looks like the car was kind of going in this direction, but I will still state, what I further stated on my mind over argument.
And we're talking about milliseconds later that he emerges from there. Does not look like that car was aimed in his direction. It would not put a reasonable person in fear or apprehension of a battery with a dangerous weapon. As such, the court is not satisfied that people met their burden of probable cause and dismiss this case for insufficient evidence. Thank you, Your Honor.
Counsel, dismissal form will be voted.
Warren. How do you pronounce that first name? Jernia? Is your client in custody?
He's right here. Is it Jania? Jania.
Yeah, where's it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Calling case 1-855-674, people of the state of Michigan versus Jernia and Horner. Defendant is charged in count 1, domestic violence, 3rd offense notice. Defendant has a habitual offender, 2nd offense notice. He also has case 2058458, charged in count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon. Count 2, domestic violence, 3rd offense notice. Defendant has a habitual offender, 2nd offense notice. Here's this for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drink with People, P number 60249.
Good morning, Judge Andrew Maggio, P45619, we have Jania Warren.
Tell us your name, Mr. Warren. Janae Anthony Warren. There's a date, time set for preliminary examination. Are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I am not able to proceed in either case today. It is the same complainant for both cases. One case is from 2017, one case is from 2019. The complainant is not present and cannot go forward.
Motion to dismiss, Your Honor.
So order the court will dismiss both matters without prejudice. I need dismissal orders.
You got it presented.
Oh, you did? I do have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And I also forgot to say that even with the witness's own cell phone that was recording the incident, it looks like he was standing off to the right and that car was backing up.
We're on the record now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he said as much in the video here. I just couldn't get the video of the video transcript.
Okay. There was something else going on.
What's going on with Mendez?
I don't know.
I believe it's gonna be a waiver, Judge.
Then the waiver can show can come in.
Show me downstairs.
Mr. Gagnon.
Okay.
Come on in, Mr. Gagnon.
Good day, everyone.
How you doing?
Oh, everything works. I'll get out of there.
Who's
Please, sir, right
Pruitt? Okay. Let me do a Pruitt real quick, man.
Welcome, Ms. Pruitt. Thank you, appreciate that.
Calling case 2456655, Brooklyn City, Michigan versus Karen Louise Pruitt. Defendant is charged in count 1 assault with dangerous weapon, count 2 assault with dangerous weapon, count 3 domestic violence. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drink of the People, P number 60249.
And good morning, Judge, may it please the court, Jeanette Nance, P 68686, appearing on behalf of Ms. Pruitt, who's standing to my left. Ms. Pruitt, would you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Karen, Louise Pruitt.
This daytime session preliminary examination. Ready to proceed.
Your Honor, I'm not able to proceed at this time. The complaining witness is not part of my not to stop testimony today.
Judge, therefore we move to dismiss.
So order the court will dismiss this matter without prejudice. Such as individual before.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Gagnon, is yours a whole?
It is, I think it's one witness, probably right to the point.
Okay, let's do this. Calling case 2456169, people of the state of Michigan versus Devon Williams. Defendant is charged in count 1, homosexual conduct, third degree force or coercion. Count 2, domestic violence. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drink of the People, P number 60249.
Brian Gagnon County Neighborhood Defender Service, P 64220.
Oh, he's
Yeah, it's got 2 broken legs.
Oh.
Ms. Shook has returned.
Ms. Schultz, you have, there's a whole, what are we doing?
It is going to be a waiver, Your Honor.
It's a waiver?
It's a waiver.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. Calling case 2456626, people of the state of Michigan versus Jeremiah Jesus Mendez. Defendant is charged in count 1. Defendant is charged in count 1 assault with a dangerous weapon, count 2 assault and resisting obstruction police officer, count 3 felony firearm, count 4 domestic violence. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shelley Drink of the People, P number 60249.
And good morning, Your Honor. Alexander Choate with the Neighborhood Defender Service, P 85948, appearing on behalf of Mr. Mendez, who is currently present in court. Mr. Mendez, if you can state your full name for the record.
Jeremiah Jesus Mendez.
And today's the daytime set for preliminary examination of the show.
At this time, Your Honor, Mr. Mendez is elected to waive his preliminary exam.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You understand you have the statutory right to have a preliminary examination by waiving the same. That means you won't have one, you'll be filed over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court if you stand charged. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand the nature and the purpose of the preliminary examination?
Yes, sir.
Understand that in order to have one, the prosecution will have to establish that the crime you're charged with was committed in the city of Detroit and is probably plausibly to be committed.
Yes, sir.
Is anyone forcing you to waive your right?
No, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything?
You?
Has anyone promised you anything?
No, sir.
Are you waiving your right freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court finds defendant's waivers made knowingly and voluntarily freely given before we therefore find you over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court. Criminal division of the proceedings. This arraignment on the information date and time will be April 29th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. Will be continued.
And Your Honor, we could address bond at this time, actually.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Mendez is currently having a number of medical issues. Mr. Mendez experienced a traumatic motorcycle accident 2 years ago. As a result, he now has periodic seizures. I do not believe there is a warning for these seizures, but the result is that he has fallen a number of times in the jail. He has a number of cuts and bruises on his body now, as well as a tag and medical braces on his wrist currently regarding those medical troubles. Mr. Mendez's bond is currently $20,000 cash. He does live apart from the complaining witness in this case. The complaining witness, I believe, lives in Taylor, and Mr. Mendez lives with a cousin as well as his wife in Lincoln Park. He works full-time with his father, repairing homes and doing drywall. Your Honor, Mr. Mendez also has 2 kids that he supports with the money that he makes working with his father. We are not asking, Your Honor, and I'm unsure actually of his current GPS hours, but what we would be asking is that he be released on a personal bond with those GPS hours, or in the alternative, if full house arrest is what is needed for the prosecution of the people. Our main priority at this point is that Mr. Mendez is able to remain safe while he is in custody and continue to proceed with this case.
Your Honor, the complaining witness is present in the court today. She was asked this morning if there were any issues, dealing with contact, and she said that in fact, the defendant did try to contact her from jail. When she saw that it was his name, she did not answer it, has not answered it. She received another call from jail, not under Mr. Mendez's name, but under a different name, and she did answer it and realized that it was him, and did not answer it. So, she was going to come in court to testify to this to Your Honor. But Your Honor, it seems that already there are issues with contact, so I would ask that bring them to
Your Honor, I was unaware and speaking with Mr. Mendez, he's saying that he did not make those calls. That being said,
So this by sheer coincidence, somebody else from Wayne County Jail is calling.
what I would say, Your Honor, is that there be, and between now and then, I guess I can do some work to see if we can contact the jail to see if there is a call record of that to see.
I'll let circuit court deal with that. I'm going to continue the bond, but I'll mark this file. Sir, no contact means no contact. I don't know if you've been contacting her or not.
I understand.
You're not doing this
I understand.
favors if you are.
Sign right for him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm taking it.
Yes.
I'm not seeing it.
It's way in the back.
Wait.
the gang that didn't run away, didn't carry it, so. Still in front?
I'm still not seeing it, Your Honor. You found it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Calling case 2456169, Bond Group. Defendant is charged in count 1 homosexual conduct, 33, count 2 domestic violence. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor, Shelley Ray, people, case number 60249.
Brian Gagnon, Your Honor, Neighborhood Defender Service, 264220.
Could you tell us your name, sir?
Bond waiver.
There's date, time, set, preliminary examination, are you speak?
Yes, Judge.
How many weeks?
One witness.
Preliminary matter before you call your witness.
No, Judge.
Just a mutual sequestration. I don't see anyone else involved.
All right, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, if you are a witness or potential witness, in order you log off. Call your witness.
Thank you. At this time, the people will call Ms. Rosalind Davis.
And allow me flexibility, please, sir, if I'm going back and forth. Thank you.
On the way in, ma'am. I have her name and spelling. Please raise your right hand. Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you, ma'am. Please have a seat in the witness box right next to me. Place a nice amount of speech to that microphone and be on the left once you have a seat, okay? And again, when you're ready.
Thank you. All right, please state your name one more time for the record. Rosalind Davis. All right. Ms. Davis, I'm going to be asking you some questions today. If you don't understand something, if you want me to repeat it, please let me know, all right? Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. All right, I want to bring your attention back to the date of October 28th of last year, 2023. Remember that date? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Where were you on that date? At home. Where's your home located? 172 to 74 Street. All right, and is that the city of Detroit, the county of Wayne? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Were you there alone or with anyone else? No, ma'am, I was at home with my friend and my little boy. Okay, so there was yourself, you said your friend? Yes. What's your friend's name? Linda Dawson. Linda Dawson? Dawson, yes, Dawson, okay. And you said your boyfriend? Yes. What's your boyfriend's name? Walter Word. Walter Word? Yes. And what happened on that day at your home? That was, I was at home and I was like, by Mr. Williams. Hey, let me stop you here for a minute. You said you were sexually assaulted by Mr. Williams. Yes. What is Mr. Williams' first name? Yes. Okay, and how do you know Devin Williams? My ex-boyfriend, I met him over a baby. Okay. Do you see Devin Williams in the courtroom here today? Yes, ma'am. Could you indicate where he is and what he's wearing today? I will call it. Okay. Do you want to stand up? Yes. Okay. I will. Do you see him now? Yeah. Could you point out to say what color you wear? Thank you. Your Honor, please let this record reflect that the witness has identified defendant Devin Williams.
So noted.
Thank you. All right, so can you tell me how this incident happened? That was my boyfriend was in the home and he taught me and told me that he was on his way. Devin taught myself for a day when he come over. I stated and said no. My friend in the dog who told him you may come over. She let the gentleman in the house. Okay, so did Linda and Devin know each other? No. Okay, but you're saying that Devin called Linda and Linda let him in the house? Yes. Did you know that that happened? I didn't know anything was going on. Okay, so what are you doing at this time? I was in my room watching TV. Okay. Your bedroom? Yes. Okay. What happened while you were in your bedroom watching TV? I was watching TV and Devin came in and basically just came in and got on top of me. Okay. Where was Walter at this time? Did you know? Walter was in the living room. Okay. Where's your bedroom in relationship to the living room? My bedroom is like right around, like right next to the kitchen. Okay. What was the status of your relationship with Mr. Williams? I had a 1-year relationship with Mr. Williams. Okay. Were you still in a relationship with him? No, ma'am. Okay. When was the last time you had any contact with Mr. Williams? Last contact I had, he texted me out the blue and said, can we get back together? And I stated and said no. And when was that? This was like, it was a couple of months. Okay. Was this, you mean a couple months before the incident or? A couple months before the incident. Okay. Were you expecting to see Mr. Williams at all? No. Okay. Had Mr. Williams ever been in your house before? One time. Okay. So let's go back to what happened. So you're in your room and you're watching TV. Yes. Okay, and you're saying Mr. Williams comes in your bedrooms? Yes. Had your door been open or closed? My door was open. Okay, so he just walks in? Yes. And what happens? Walked in and just took everything off me and took everything off him and forced it something. Okay, and did he take his clothes off? Yes, ma'am. Okay, and what were you thinking as he's doing this? What are you thinking? I was afraid for my life, and I stated and told him that I just didn't want any of it. Okay, and what did he say, if anything? He said, he just told me it's going to happen, and I can't do anything about it. Okay, and why were you afraid for your life? Because at that time, Devin had a knife on him. He had a knife on him? Yes. Where was that knife? The knife was in his pocket. Did you see the knife? Yes, ma'am. When did you see the knife? When he pulled it out. When did he pull it out? He pulled it out when he came, when he had closed the door and took off everything, just did, when the knife in my face did, I better be quiet. Okay. So you were afraid at that point? Yes. Okay. So what did he do then? He just forced himself on me, got on me and started raising me, and I was, the middle of the night, I was screaming and hollering for help. Okay. All right, so, because we're recording this, we have to be very specific about exactly what happened. So at this point, do you have any clothes on now at this point? Okay, so what did he do to you specifically? What part of his body touched what part of your body?
Put his parts inside me.
Okay, and just to be real specific, what part of it?
His chassis, okay?
His what?
Big.
Okay, okay. And that's what he uses to go to the bathroom, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and he put that where?
Inside of my vagina.
Okay, and, did you say anything at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you say?
I told him to get off me, but he did not do that. He just kept going, and I was screaming and hollering.
Okay, and how long did that go on for?
It went on 2 hours. It was like 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, and, you said you were screaming?
Yes.
And did anybody come to help you?
Yes, ma'am.
Who?
My boyfriend was.
Okay, and how did he come to that, room?
When he came out the living room, he heard me screaming, he came out the living room and opened the door and pushed him off me.
You pushed him off you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying your boyfriend pushed Mr. Williams off of you?
Yes.
Okay, and, did Mr. Williams have any clothes on at that time at all?
No.
Okay. Did you know where the knife was at that time?
No.
So after your boyfriend pushed Mr. Williams off of you, what happened after that?
After he pushed him, he waited until the morning to take a shower and leave the house. That's when I called 911.
Okay, you're saying Mr. Williams waited till the morning to take a shower?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know, did he stay in your house then?
He stayed in the house for the morning. I asked him to leave. Everybody asked him to leave, he refused to leave.
Okay, so he stayed till the morning and then he left?
Yes.
Do you know about what time this happened?
This happened at 10.
10, was it 10 p.m.?
10 a.m.
10, so it was in the morning?
Yes.
And he stayed till?
He stayed all the way.
All the way till the next morning?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, so 2 hours is, it's a lot different than 10 minutes, right? Okay. So, was there anything else that happened between, Mr. Williams and yourself other than him putting his penis in your vagina?
He ended up, when I wanted to call 911, he ended up doing my phone.
Okay, so you tried to call 911? You were trying to?
I was trying to call 911, he took the phone out my hand and threw it against the wall.
Okay, at what point did this happen?
Happened after I tried to, when I forced him off me.
Okay, where was your phone?
My phone was laying next to me on the bed.
Okay, and you said you were going to call 911?
Yes.
Did you tell Mr. Williams you were gonna try to call 911?
I was reaching for my phone to call. I didn't say anything at all.
Okay.
I was just reaching for my phone.
Okay, and he threw it?
Yes.
Okay. Did anything else happen between the two of you during that time?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so, so he's doing this to you, you scream, you're screaming, and Walter comes in, your boyfriend.
Yes.
And then it stops, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then, does Walter stay in the room with you?
After all that, I decided to stay with me, to keep me company and calm me down.
Okay, and what do you mean by calming you down?
Because I was scared, I was crying, and he just told me, don't worry, he's there for me.
That Walter was there for you?
Yes.
Okay. And you said Mr. Williams stayed at your house?
Yes.
Do you know where he was in your house?
He was in the living room.
Okay. Did you see him after this all happened? Did you see him in your living room?
I saw him, I thought I left home, but I saw him in the living room. And after he did all that to me, he ended up having sex with my best.
Okay. Well, okay. You didn't see that yourself, did you?
No.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions at this time.
Cross-examine.
Thank you. Ma'am, did you get a chance to talk with the Detroit Sex Crimes Unit about this case?
Yes, sir.
The police, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall when you talked to them? Was it, this happened around Halloween time, correct?
Yes.
More specifically, the 28th of October?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall if you talked to the police right after that? Like in the same time frame, maybe a couple of days or even the same day?
I talked to the police on 28th. It happened on 28th, but I talked to him, I went to the hospital the next morning, and the police came out, and they escorted me to the hospital.
Did you sit down, and it doesn't matter, you could have been standing or sitting, but did you give a statement to the police at some point about what happened?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall if that was around that same time?
Yes, sir.
Maybe I asked that wrong. When did you give a statement to the police that they wrote down or you wrote down?
I gave a statement to the police at home.
At Sinai, so this is right around the same time, correct?
Yes.
And I'm being kind of general, I'm not trying to pinpoint anything. When you gave that statement to the police, that was a full and accurate summary of what had happened, correct?
Yes.
Were they asking you questions?
They were asking me questions.
Kind of like today what questions are being asked of you, correct?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to freely speak? You know, ma'am, what happened? And you just tell your side.
I said, so my whole
All of it?
yes.
Would you agree with me that when you tell something shortly after it happened, it's probably better in your memory than it is farther down the line?
Yes, sir. I have brain damage in part of my brain, and I can remember things, and then I'll just forget something.
May I ask, is this a subject that I can just broadly go into and ask about? I don't want to dig too deep when it comes to issues of this with her condition, when it happened, how it happened. Ma'am, okay, ma'am, when did you, could you describe your brain condition?
Yes, I can. I was born with developmental disability. I was born with seizures.
So this has obviously been lifelong.
Yes.
Have you ever had issues with memory as a general day-to-day problem?
I do have issues with memory, but when I do have issues, I'll basically remember it, and then I'll have my notepad and I'll write like everything down.
Sometimes we forget little things, like where we left our car keys. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
But we don't forget certain things like a gun was pointed at me or a car tried to run me over, correct?
Yes, sir.
So something that is bigger in terms of what you should remember because it's traumatic, at least one of those examples. If something like that happens, is that something you would typically forget, or is it something that you would typically remember?
Sometimes I'll forget what I'm thinking.
Now, you said you were scared for your life, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the reason you were scared for your life was why?
Because he raped me and said that he told me that he would do that to kill me.
You said that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said that he had a weapon also?
Yes.
Do you recall if you had told the police or the sex crimes unit or anyone at Sinai Grace that he had a weapon?
I did not tell that, but my friend said,
Which friend said that?
well,
Walter said he had a knife?
yes.
I have nothing further.
Can you redirect?
Did you see the knife?
Yes.
Okay. So did Walter tell you about the knife before it happened or after it
I
happened?
told him like that.
Okay, but you had already seen it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, no further questions.
I have nothing to add.
Thank you, ma'am. You may step down. Any other witnesses for the people?
No further witnesses.
Any witnesses for the defendant?
No, Your Honor.
People?
Your Honor, at this time I would move to bind over on counts 1 and 2. I would also ask to amend the information to add count 3 belonging to assault with the knife.
Your Honor, we think this is a question of fact. I did not go too deep into this, and obviously, adding something like that that was not in her report, I did not get into her statement. Question of fact.
Okay, I agree. It is a question of fact. Without hearing the testimony of the witness, dissatisfied the people admit their burden of probable cause as it relates to the original charge contained in the complaint warrant, as well as the added charge of felonious assault. Corresponding those charges were committed in the city of Detroit will bind within the limits of Wayne County Third Circuit Court. Criminal division of the proceedings. His arraignment on the information date and time will be April 29th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. And bond.
Thank you. You're all set, so yeah, 30.
Let's make it up there.
That was interesting.
CJ.
Huh?
PCJ.
Not bad.
Very good.
Not bad.
I'm almost finished with this.
Well, folks, that concludes the docket for today. Hope to see you tomorrow, same bat station, same bat time.
Okay, I can tell when I'm losing you.
I don't have much of a poker face.
I don't either, but it's definitely the eyes and the eyebrows. I can instantly tell. So I have to keep myself from panicking.